it? Probably. Why does it always take me a minute to get used to the echoing?
I feel like I'm like used to it now.
It's only my own voice
Yeah.
that it bugs me.
Because your voice doesn't echo. Mine does. Because I hear my voice out of my mouth, but then there's a delay.
Oh,
That's why.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool.
Learning something new every
Cool,
day.
Cool.
Okay. Can we do...
Oh, guess what?
What?
I was wrong. Songbird and the Heart of Stone is about Misha.
Oh.
And a shadow-born prince.
Oh.
So Misha is the songbird. This isn't spoiler. This is in the description of the book.
Okay.
So Misha is the songbird, and there is something with this shadow-born prince. And they go like into the underworld and all of that. I think it's gonna be like really good. The description.
I didn't connect with Misha that much.
But couldn't you see her being a really good character? I could see.
I mean, I think there's something tragic about her
We
tale
don't know a lot.
that we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know really anything. She wouldn't even tell Raihn who turned her.
Yeah.
And that's not in the bio of the book. It just says Misha's name. And I forget the guy's name, but the Shadowborn Prince, which I don't think we've met at all either.
We haven't met any Shadowborn, really.
Is it Shadowborn? Is that what they're called? Yeah, Bloodborn and Shadowborn.
Shadowborn.
The only really the cloak that we're about to talk about, that's really the gist of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why I thought it was for sure Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Because we've heard so
I'm
much.
I'm actually okay with Bloodborne not being next because I feel like I'm struggling with Bloodborne people right now.
Yeah.
I need some space from the Bloodborne.
They have like a big chip on their shoulder.
Well, I mean, they're cursed. I would have a chip on my shoulder too.
Because they were Nyaxia's favorite. They were her favored vampires.
Okay, but let's talk about this. Are the vampires that are still around the ones that pissed off Nyaxia?
Oh, who knows? That's a good question.
They are suffering their forefathers' missteps.
I mean, isn't that the bane of existence, Marisa? Aren't we all suffering?
Yes,
the decisions of our ancestors.
But people can be different than their forefather's forefather. You just have to stand up and say something about it.
White people.
You just got to be like, I don't agree with what my forefathers did in this one instant.
Apparently, that's really hard. Instead, we remove it from history. Because we don't want to see Nana calling someone the N-word.
So I will say...
Did I just switch back into reality?
Yeah,
Sorry.
you did.
Sorry, guys.
You did. This happens a lot with your fantasy.
Strictly fiction, not nonfiction. Whew. Well, we did just basically start a war last night, yesterday, without congressional approval. You know, just like, fuck it, let's bomb a sovereign state.
I'm really curious / nervous if it's one of those things where... I'm going to take all of this out, by the way. It's one of those things where, like, Trump ego, and so then he got pissed and just went for it.
Yeah, it's called little dick syndrome.
Do you realize that they used over half of those, like, special super bombs that only the U.S. has? We only have 20. We used 12 for those 3 targets.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So Trump being like...
We didn't even get one of them. I just
they're
saw
all
a thing.
Completely demolished. What are you talking about? Completely decimated. I'm like, I don't believe the words coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
My guess is some of them are still operational, and we used more than half
of
these super special bombs.
They were all residential areas.
Oh God,
it's not true. It's not true. Fact checked me. It's definitely not true. But do you know the mind fuck to watch an interview that Tucker Carlson is giving?
Oh, I don't do that.
No, you actually should watch it. He annihilated Ted Cruz. It's fucking hilarious. And I'm like, I agree with Tucker Carlson. I actually think he's witty. He's funny. Like at one point, Ted Cruz, all right, cut down the snarkiness just a little bit. He goes, yeah, you're right. I have a problem with that. Sorry about that. So, like, and he was like, oh, Iran, they have how many people live in there? He's like, I don't know. He's like, you don't know how many people live in Iran? And he's like, no, I'm not up to date on population graphs. He's like, you don't know how many people live in the country you're trying to, like, dismantle? And he's like, no, I don't know the Tucker. He goes, okay, fine. How many are there? He goes, 92 million. Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Not only that, Marjorie Taylor Greene. This is not what the American people signed up for. We don't want war with Iran. I'm like, did I just agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene? I'm still freaking out that I agreed with Candace Owens for the last couple of months.
I think the big thing is, which I'm glad they're saying this.
Yeah.
But Trump ran on this whole idea of we should not be in the Middle East.
Right.
And he ran on
Kamala Harris is going to send your kids to war.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yep.
Yep.
But she doesn't swing by the ego.
Yeah.
She doesn't give a shit about the dick swinging because she don't got one.
Yeah. They kind of get in the way. Who wants one? Not me.
On or in me. I'm definitely taking that
Unless it vibrates.
My God. Dude, I was so used to my husband saying horrible things, like just always taking a step too far. My initial reaction is, Michael. Okay. Let's start this at the beginning of this. So we do have to say something about the wings of night so I can take all your Misha. Or what is it?
The songbird one?
Songbird, yeah.
So wait, you want to do like a little intro to what this book's... This is the 3rd episode of this book, though.
No. I'm saying let's do the intro. I think we need to do an intro for every one so people can gauge which one it is.
Yeah.
But lead into the next series.
I mean, I did when I said it, go, the next book is...
so I'll just take that.
I think you'll be able...
Perfect.
You can go back and listen to it real quick just to make sure.
No, I'll just take it.
That would be good about our intro, though.
Okay. So I'll intro since you've been doing it very laissez-faire. You've just been like, okay, we're talking about...
I'll do it since you suck at it, Nicole. Wait, hold on. My microphone is like falling off.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
I just don't want it to... Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait. I'm sorry. No.
Golly. Welcome back to High Tales with the Lit Sisters. I'm Marisa.
I'm Nicole.
Yep. And evidently the last 16 episodes, we haven't actually introduced ourselves. We've just said the Lit Sisters.
Oh, see, I don't edit the episode, so I wouldn't know that we haven't done that.
Nobody knows who we are.
It's a mystery. We're the Lit Sisters.
We get too high to say our names during the podcast.
Literally, this weekend, one of the girls was like, I read all the time and Pretty makes fun of me. And our friend makes fun of me. And I go, I read all the time. I go, I have a podcast. What kind of stuff do you read? She goes, wait, what? And I go, yeah, me and my sister get stoned and talk about books. She's like, oh my God, I love you.
So question.
She does thrillers, though.
Oh, well, we had one thriller. Is that considered a thriller?
We did. I didn't get to that. She likes a lot of the Frida McFadden thrillers, which I will say I liked them. It's just been hard for me to get into thrillers. Maybe I will now.
Maybe it's our next palate cleanser. I don't mind a good thriller.
I have a sci-fi one picked out, actually.
Oh, I like sci-fi.
I know you do. And it was our way to hit every category before we start to go hit another category.
Yeah.
And I haven't read it. It's been a big one. It's called Hail Mary. But it's supposed to be sci-fi.
Hail Mary like football? Are we talking... Or Hail Mary like Jesus?
I think neither.
Hail Mary like our aunt? I'm so confused.
I don't know. I just know it's spacey.
So,
So
it could be any.
I don't know. I have it picked out. I've bought the book because I want to read it. And I was like, ooh, this might be a good palate cleanser. So I haven't read it so that I could possibly save it.
Boy.
That was a lot, right?
How many books are in that bucket of we might do a podcast, so I'm not going to read it yet?
A lot.
So
well, pretty
are
much
we
anything in a fantasy genre. Also, like while we're doing the podcast, I don't necessarily like to read another fantasy world while we're talking about a current fantasy world.
Yeah.
I am also, I think, borderline perimenopausal. My brain can't handle that
Too much information.
One magic system at a time.
I literally had to take a nap the other day because I was just like fatigued. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I need to look up, can you think so hard that you exhaust yourself? Because I feel like that's
anxiety, what Marisa. They have a term for it in medication and everything.
Okay.
Why do you think we smoke so much weed?
This is my medication.
Because this never stops. There's like 30 people in here all the time.
So I only have one person and we just overthink it. You have multiple people in your brain?
There's full-on arguments going on all the time.
Okay. So let's walk through that for a second because it's my voice in my head that's like, I'm like talking, thinking.
I think it's still my voice. I'm trying to think.
But is it like, oh, Cindy's going crazy again about this stupid...
I think it's the old lady in me that will constantly rant, and she's just ranting all the shit in my head. And right now I can filter a little bit of what everyone else hears of the...
So you are like truly inside out.
Why is everyone so fucking stupid all the time? Yes.
So your emotions have like different...
I'm kind of like inside out.
Yeah.
Is that where you're going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's not like that.
Because there's also like lovey things in there too.
Yeah.
Where like I'll just look at Derek and I'm like, he's just so hot and so nice and so cute. Or like my kids even, it's nice. There's the annoyed one. Like my emotions are different, right? So there's anger. But there's the sweet, like, rainbows and butterflies and unicorns.
Which is, like, all my personality.
Those are all yours.
I only have that one.
There's annoyed. The annoyed person.
Yeah. See, I suppress the shit out of all of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if I'm super annoyed, like, and I can't handle it, like, I remove myself.
I was just going to tell you, I think annoyed is like a family. Like there's angry annoyed. There's I have no reason to be annoyed and I know that, but I'm annoyed.
You are emotional. I only have annoyed.
So emotional. I'm so emotional and and sensitive as fuck.
My gosh.
I'm super sensitive. So a lot of feelings are going on all at the same time.
See, I feel like when I have like that irritated feeling or whatever, like I try to ground myself in the like logic, and then I'm either able to dissipate that or I just remove myself until I can calm myself down.
So I think I do that, but me and my inner head all know it's just a mask. Like when I tell my kid, fake it till you make it, that's what I'm doing. The core of me is annoyed. Oh, like we'll just stay annoyed. I am masking my reaction to the annoyed.
Oh, so you don't
not the actual feeling
through the emotion.
No, I'm working through emotion all the time. That's all I'm doing. But the emotions, I think I don't deny my emotions because my emotions are the core of who I am. So I can't.
let them go very quickly. I always thought I didn't.
I can actually kind of let them go, but it is all a mask to an extent. Like I'm dealing with them.
It's still turmoil inside.
Not necessarily turmoil. They're just there. And I let them be there and acknowledge them. And I, as I get older, can filter the outward reaction to them.
So can you do me a favor? As you grow older, please tell me if you start having names for these and stuff. And
I think we should name them. I think that's a great idea.
This is feeling very The Many States of Terra. Have you watched that show?
No.
It's really good.
It sounds like it would be good if it's about this.
It's an older show, But it's really good. It's about
Yeah.
a girl with multiple personalities.
No, I mean, well, I think the personality is if they fully come on out.
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't fully come on out. There's an eyelash. Hey, guys. There we go. That was bugging me for quite some time. They don't fully come out. But like I said, when I say my life is ruled by emotion, it is... I just was realizing that the outward observation of that might kind of be like, oh, yeah, okay. Because I filter a lot of it. But you knew me at 15 and 16 when that...
But you only had the anger and the irritated.
No, I was still filtering then too. Anger and irritated was sadness a lot of the time. Because I didn't know how to express sadness because that made me feel weak. And that was the last thing I was going to feel. So the sadness came out as anger. Or irritation or annoyance. Because everyone else is so stupid. But really, I feel stupid. So I think you know what I mean? Yeah. No, you don't. When you were just telling me how your daughter was acting.
Yeah.
That had nothing to do with everybody else. She didn't know how to process her feelings in that moment. It feels
like it was just lack of accountability.
But that's part of it. Yeah. Yeah. But that's not
all of it. An embarrassment that it was her.
But those are all emotions. Right? And she doesn't know how to deal with them. So she's doing that. And you were like, okay, well, when you can get that together, I'm here. And she got it together in a 13-year-old way, right?
Which is pretty good for her
Said
age.
the words. We're working on the tone of how it's asked, but step 1A achieved. Yes. Now let's try it next time a little nicer.
Yeah.
But I relate to that. Yeah. But they're all still here, partying in my head all the time. See,
there's only me in my head, so I guess I can't relate.
I mean, they're all me. They're just the many voices. See, that's why I should be sound effects. They're the many voices of Nicole.
Okay. All right. Is this whichever one of your voices could go ahead and start us off?
I thought you were introing it.
We already introed it.
Oh, I thought you were meaning the book part too. Okay. So, where we left you guys, we are in the 3rd episode of Serpent in the Wings of Night. You guys can't see this, but I always have to look at the book and read it, even though I know what it is.
Which, I have those out of order. Is that annoying?
Do? Yeah, it was kind of annoying. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
You have the first book in the middle of whatever. Oh my God. So we're in the 3rd episode. So we are going to go through today the end of this first book about the Nightborn vampires. And where we left off is we had the end of which one? The Half Moon Trial. And Raihn and Araya went to visit Misha,
who got out of the trial because there was an attack on the Moon Castle.
There was an attack on the Moon Castle. We also got to meet 2 characters outside of the Kajari at this point too.
I'm not going to lie, they were a little rude.
Apprehensive and protective
is
what I would
say. Not very good hosts.
They weren't bad though.
But you can also make you feel welcome.
Right, and you can also tell it's not like they were super protective of Raihn. They were just kind of not the most inviting people. Araya knew pretty quickly that they're soldiers. It's like a soldier type relationship, not friends. Not like childhood besties that would play Foursquare together, you know?
Oh, yes. Those aren't Raihn's Foursquare buddies.
No, not like that. It's not like Misha and Raihn. Yeah. They're definitely not that, but he trusts them. So, military. Trust you with my life. It means I know your skill set and I know where your like loyalty lies. Might not be with me necessarily, but it's with our combined goal, mission, whatever. Okay. So, when we get back to the Moon Palace the next morning, Araya and Raihn wake up, all the windows shut, locked from the outside, all the doors locked from the outside. They cannot get out at all. Mm-mm. So, Raihn, they kind of do this like, oh shit, what are we going to do? Raihn goes, finds a little basket of food, and like a very small craft of blood. And Araya was like, is that going to be enough? Because Misha and him were stockpiling blood, but the Moon Palace destroyed a lot of it, the explosion. So he's like, yeah, it'll be fine. We'll be okay.
Yeah.
And she's like, we could have 3 weeks until the next trial. And if they're planning to lock us in here the whole time, I don't know. He's like, I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Well, she's also like, I'm the only human here. I'm basically going to be food over the 3 weeks.
Well, and trapped in a place.
With a bunch of hungry ass vampires.
Right. Well, and they started to hear people because Raihn and Misha were always good about that, but everyone else would like frolic at these feasts and gorge themselves. So I don't think the rest of the contestants are necessarily proactive planners.
No.
So that was also nerve-wracking. And then they started to hear stuff and Raihn like still moved the dresser in front of the door. Yeah. Like, let's just be sure here. And then that's when in her head she's like, I'm also going to be trapped in here with you.
Yeah.
Who's a vampire. Who he's constantly telling her he's fine. But like, she has this trauma that we keep getting a little bit of insight into that and she's scared.
She is shocked at how well he can handle being around humans.
Yeah. Yeah. What? But she still doesn't believe it.
No.
Or trust it. That's what I should say. She doesn't really trust it.
'Cause she always goes back to, I've seen what it looks like when when you lose control.
In Rain's defense, comparing them to animals, which is kind of interesting because they think they think humans are animals.
Cattle, but I think cattle is what they keep calling them.
So
which has a different connotation.
It does. I think we're talking about lions versus a cow. Yeah, a little bit different. So days start to go by, weeks start to go by. She hears vampires pacing out front of their door at night.
Because they can just smell her.
They can smell her. And she's like, they don't even know what they're doing. Their bodies just take them to the source of food. Then you start to hear them during the day even. Like not even
risking the sun.
Risking that sunlight. Araya in this, like they're kind of getting to know each other and they have their like little flirty banter. I like how she's like this kind of, I'm a hardened bitch. But I mean, you're cool. I'm going to do nice things for you too. And how Raihn always would stand in the sunlight so he could see it. She pulled a mirror over and angled it perfectly so that he could sit there in safety and watch the sunset and watch the sunrise.
He could was actually really sweet that he longed for.
Well, and I like how he's like, "Careful, princess. Someone might actually think you like me."
Yeah. All these niceties make me think you might not murder me.
Yeah. All in all, took 3 weeks before she saw Raihn actually on edge. She saw him looking, and I just thought of like this little like, whiskey glass. And there's like blood basically coating the bottom of it. And he's like longingly looking at it, takes a final sip, savors it. And she's like,
that's the last of it.
That's the last of it, isn't it? I saw that. So, and she kind of realized I'm an idiot. He's been barely hanging on for a while.
How did I not recognize this?
Yeah.
I was brought up to recognize this.
True.
I lived this. Why did I let my guard down?
Yes. So Araya's very worried about bloodlust this whole time, and they're both like, maybe it'd be better if you left. And I think even Raihn was like, yeah. Wait, didn't something happen?
Nothing happened. It was just the last, and she's like, we're being stupid.
Yeah. Okay, so Araya's worried about the bloodlust. Raihn and her both mutually agree it might be better if he left. They both very much do not want to don't want him to go. And she said, I remember she says out loud in her head, previous conversation. For Araya, it was out loud. She's like, I wasn't afraid of him though.
No.
I should be, but I actually am not. And I was like, oh, see? You love him. That's why you love him.
But she doesn't know she loves him.
She doesn't know.
He doesn't know she doesn't know she loves him.
He knows that she loves him. And he knows that she knows that he loves her.
I don't think they're there yet.
She doesn't know. He's totally in love with her. And I'm going to prove it this episode. Anyways, so Araya wakes from a dream about the last night with her family, her human family, in Salone. Did I say that right?
Yeah, sure.
You sent it to me.
Salone. Salinay?
Yeah, because there's an N in there and there's no D, but they pronounce it with a D.
Yeah.
Salinay.
Salinay.
Salinay. So her family, she was in the woods, darkness all around, and realizes she's not in that dream, realizes she's in the Crescent Trial. Like, they just woke up there.
So, again, remember, everybody is freaking starving.
Yeah.
And she wakes up in darkness in the woods. She doesn't have night vision like all the other vampires do.
True.
So she's like, shit. But she does like hear and see animals. So she's like, okay, at least I'm harder prey.
Yeah.
That these and she actually sees a bunch of vampires start going after this deer. And she's like, thank goodness deer is like a perfect human replacement. I can kind of get my bearings. Mm-hmm. What she sees then, though, she realizes everybody that's eating from the animals is going effing crazy. They're going like with disease, like going crazy.
Well, and then there's other food around and they're fighting over the same deer carcass.
Yeah.
So she's like, that doesn't make any sense. In this, she also mentioned, right when she wakes up, actually, that the smoke was like stinging and tingling her skin.
Yeah.
Which was a little weird. And I do remember she's thinking of Raihn. And she's like, stop. Why am I even doing that? Why is that the first thing on my mind? Survival. Get it together, Araya. She puts together that they starved them and then put them with poisoned prey. Yeah. And everyone's going crazy. So as soon as she realizes that, she runs to find Raihn as fast as she can. She sees him killing a Shadowborn vampire and then, boom, takes off to chase a deer himself. So she takes off after him and, like, the deer kind of circles around a little weird, so she's able to kind of cut through the path and cut Raihn off, and she went straight for him. I just imagine like a fucking linebacker.
Yeah.
But she's like way tiny. And even though he's terrifying because he was not there.
Yeah.
She tackles him and is like, gets him to the ground and is like, get a hold of yourself, get a hold of yourself. He was completely out of his mind. Yeah. And I just remember she's like, get a hold of yourself or I'll fucking stab you again. And he kind of like shakes it off and is like, did I do this? Because there was like a scrape on her arm. And she's like, for fuck's sake, it's a scrape. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, you're fine.
I remember her being annoyed by his concern, as she typically is very annoyed by his concern. But she held him. She was still holding him down. And she's like, if I get off of you, are you going to go run after a squirrel? And he's like, oh, fuck off, princess.
I love that he calls her princess. By the way, I'm supposed to do this section.
No, you told me till right now.
Oh, I had it that from the crescent moon start.
I started right there.
Okay, it's no big deal.
Sorry. That's where good. I thought you were starting here because that's only like that little bit.
So she notices that he's not in good shape. We obviously saw him fighting another vampire and he's like limping a little bit, has blood all over him. And so they find this like cave to check everything out. And she notices his wounds aren't healing. And it's because he's starving and he's just not in a good place at all. And so,
well, yeah, you can't really like heal yourself if you have
if you're starving
nourishment. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's general vampire 101.
You know, it just happens. And so then Araya was like, we don't have a choice. You can't go out there. All that food is poisoned. The only food here is me. And he is reluctant, but okay with it. And she like in her head is going through, well, the most logical, like he can take some from my wrist, he can take some from these places, but he needs a lot very quickly.
I mean, I think like she dying. Even goes, and dear Lord help me, the inner thigh is also a good place.
So let's do the neck. And he is like, do you know what this means? Like when I do this, you're going to start feeling a certain way. Turns out, well, we already knew this because we are vampire aficionados, but the venom makes you want the other person. And
horny, Marisa. It makes you horny.
It accentuates it if the feeling's already there. So
we think. We don't
know. So he tenderly takes her neck.
Well,
rubs where the previous scar is.
But first he has her straddle him, and we're like, oh, here we go. But he had her put her dagger so that she would be in charge of what was going on.
You can just kill me.
He knew without knowing the story that she was traumatized before.
Yeah.
So you have control. If you think I might get bloodlust because I'm starving or whatever, you stab me right here, princess.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so he makes a scar of his own, and they grind on each other for a little bit. But it saves Raihn, and they all seem very happy about it. And then she wants a little bit more, and he's like, I'm not going to do it with venom in your system.
I mean, he did give her an orgasm.
But she couldn't help him, and he was okay with that.
Yeah, no, he don't care. Raihn's like, I can get it anywhere. It's okay. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this.
I don't need to defile myself in this way.
No, but okay. Couple of different things, though. When he pulled away, she saw a man undone, destroyed. So he's very into it. It wasn't for lack of wanting to. That's for sure.
Or is that just his vampire goo-goo eyes, all built to make you not be able to resist him?
No. Shut up. You don't talk about Raihn that way, Marisa. How dare you? That's how my daughter talks. She does that all the time. Cute. How dare you?
It's also how our grandmother talked. Which I love that Harper has a Japanese accent.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she'll even go, oh, Ma, you hear him? You tell him about Derek.
Yeah.
How
you
dare
need to teach her to say, oh, God bless.
Oh, I have. God bless.
If she just goes around saying, God bless all the time, she's Fumiko.
God bless. All right. So I will say, when Araya was kissing him, like wanting more, like you said. And when he pulled away, she's like, don't pretend you don't want to, too. Like, and he's like, oh, you don't even know. Okay? The things I've thought about? Girl, I got a list. And she's like, oh, a list? Let's see what's on this list. I want those things, not the venom. Those were some of my favorite lines. You see, when you fade to black, it's hard because Raihn's got some good lines.
Okay, you can always say the lines.
He's a stoic sweetheart. He's kind of like my husband.
Okay, now I can't read this book anymore.
Oh, yeah, that just ruined it, didn't it? That's a little weird. Ooh. So they fall asleep, and she hears him, as they fall asleep, also say she's the most stunning thing ever. Marisa hates the emotion part of things. Okay.
No, it's not that I hate the emotions, but they do have to kill each other in a day or two. So,
or do they? Or
like, let's ground ourselves in the mission.
Yeah.
You saved his life. Great.
Yeah.
The venom is talking, lady.
I think we do also find out at some point in this episode, because I remember writing it. I'll point it out when we get to it. Like, oh, I didn't know more than one could survive.
Yeah, they said, but it's very rare.
So I think I was thinking about it like very much Hunger Games, like it's a rule. But because
turns out it's
remember
a
when Misha
scale.
like joined and we found that out, I'm like, why would you do that? That means one of you are definitely going to die. It's like, oh no, it is possible that both there's a victor without people dying necessarily. Like maybe if Ibrahim just would have given up.
I need a little story to tell me the time that there's been more than one, because I feel like
we need some stats.
Yeah, I need to understand in what scenario are there two victors.
Well, we're about to find out one of them, aren't we? Spoiler. But if you're listening to this episode,
you find out this episode.
You should already know one. But
well,
if not,
I'm going to cut all that because that is very obvious.
Whatever. Fuck off, future Marisa. No, just kidding. I only said that because it's getting cut. All right. Araya wakes up. Or is it? Araya wakes up and she feels very warm and safe. Those are her first feelings, which
she's never in her life felt warm or safe.
That's true.
She's always been on edge.
Yeah, that's true. Feels very warm and safe. And I love that when she feels like Raihn's going to awkwardly thank her again. She's like, hey, so what do you think this is? What do you think this one's about? It's got to be Nyaxia rescuing Alaris, right?
Which I really connect with
thought of
filling
you.
awkward silences with awkward speaking. That's what I do.
That is what you do.
I have a myriad of random facts that I just bring up when I don't know what to say.
Hey, the human head weighs 5 pounds.
Mine are more interesting, but
True.
pretty much.
I mean, my mind is simplistic, so I can just think of that one from that movie that many years ago. All right, so to your history buff self, what is Nyaxia rescuing Alaris? Alaris had been tricked, so Nyaxia's husband had been tricked by the gods to this empty plane between like the divine and the mortal worlds. And Nyaxia tore it apart in the Deadlands, like looking for him. So they figure this has got to be something along those lines of that journey. So they're, go ahead.
Do you mind if I take over at the like when they figure out what it is, just to grab a little bit more?
Do that right now. That's what
Okay.
right where I was gonna do.
Perfect. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're kind of looking at it. Of course, Araya is like thinking analytically about this. So she's seeing the smoke and looking at all of it, the thing, and it looks like it's like almost a crescent, like a big divot in the world.
It's the crescent moon, Marisa.
Okay. But there's like cliffs all along the edge. And then in the far, far distance, they can actually see there's like a
It's like golden doors.
Yeah. And they're like, okay, we've got to get there. So, but the smoke, it like is always billowing, but sometimes billowing heavier, and it's like burning their skin.
Yeah.
And so they're like, okay, how are we going to do this? And they realize that like actually Araya's putting all this together, I should say. I shouldn't say we, because she's doing all this in her head, and Raihn is just saying random stuff, and she's like, just shut up. I have to start recounting again. But really what she figured out is the smoke comes in waves from the center, and it's all like pulsing in 90-second increments.
Yeah. Or that's the way I imagined is it like from point A to B through, that's the middle of this fog that they know burns your skin. It was like bubbling the leather even on there. And then so they're like, well, we can go that way, but it still comes up. And then that's when she was like, hold on. It's 90 seconds every time. It's 90 seconds. Yeah.
So
it's better, but not good. They're still they would still die.
Basically. So what they decide is they are going to pretty much climb the ridge and do the ridge around every time. And so that way they get at least 65, 75 seconds before they have to cover, and the 90 seconds rolls through. And she's like, okay, what can we hide behind when the wave comes, like a rock? And he's like, oh, princess.
Rock.
Yeah, rock. Great idea. A smarter idea is the Shadowborn. They actually have very interesting material that they that they make in the Shadowborn lands, right? And he had just killed one. He's like, okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to steal his cloak. You stay here because you can't fly, and I need to be quick.
Which I want to find out more of why the Shadowborn have like that kind of technology. Because she even asked, then why don't they just dress in that? Like, why isn't everything? He's like, well, it's expensive. It's really hard to work with.
Yeah, that's why they just make a cape and call it a day.
Back to, we know the second duology is about Misha and the Shadowborn. So hopefully this comes back into play a little bit.
Okay, but I digress. So he's like, stay here, princess. I'm going to go. And so she's like sitting there waiting, and she's like, he's definitely dead. It's been like 20 seconds. He's gone. I've got to go save him. And so she's like gearing up, like counting down the clock until she can go run in the thing by herself.
Well, she gave this arbitrary like 60-second timetable. Like, and she's like, 51, 52, 53.
Well, he comes swinging back and is like, what, were you going to go save me?
No, at like 55, she starts running, and he like kind of, I pictured him like grabbing her almost and like bringing her back.
So they start moving and they are in this rhythm where she's counting and then she like at 75 says drop and he puts the cape around both of them and then they go.
Well, because he can fly like faster. Yeah. Just to paint the picture a little bit, like he can fly, and then she has to defend them from anything because he has to have his wings out. He can't. Yeah. And so then they have to drop. He covers them with the cloak,
and then they go.
They're super, super close under a cloak.
As they're moving, like they realize like it's just some wasteland. But as you put clues together, you realize that this is, I want to say salad day. Did I say it?
I think you said it right. Yeah.
This is salad day. That's why it smelled like that. I'm saying a shocking thing and you're looking at me like you know this.
Because it was... In actuality, there's a fight with the wolves. And then he notices this after. So I'm thinking... Wait till Marisa's done talking and then talk about the wolves because Marisa told you to shut the fuck up and she can edit it back in later. And so I'm just like staring at you wide-eyed like, wait. Oh yeah, Silent Day!
See, I wasn't even going to talk about the wolves. I was just going to get to the frickin' point.
That's fair, actually.
That's the important part.
Hey guys, there was a fight with these wolves and the only interesting, cool thing about... Obviously, they both fought amazing, and it was cool. But, Araya, since they were fighting, it was a little early. Or the smoke came early.
Yeah.
That one time, and they were fighting, so they got under the cloak a little late, and Raihn was, like, singed up and stuff. Like, his wings got a little bit, and he was, like, inches from her nose. And was like, you were too close. To the 90 seconds, but like it was actually like spatially close as well, you know? It was like
double innuendo.
And so the only reason I wanted to say that is Raihn was moving pretty slow. Like his leg I think got messed up with the wolves and then his wings were singed and things like that because he didn't fully get under the cloak.
Yeah.
So Rain's hurt again.
Okay.
That was it.
I was going to get to that part, but I just wasn't going to say it was the wolves, and I didn't do the chronological.
Also, he found, it was a street sign. I found that interesting. Just because I was like, maybe it's because I get stoned while I read, but I'm like, they have street signs in Silent Day. That's interesting. Just did not picture like a New York street sign, like Main Street, USA. This is Silent Day.
So, all of that you said, I literally it was two sentences. Like, it's so funny that you pick on that, and I'm like, oh
because
no,
it was a funny thing I laughed in my head about. This is the difference between the voices in my head.
This is why sometimes
it took me a minute to get over the street sign.
Remember? Okay, when we first started this podcast less than a year ago, we both would take notes. And so our episodes were like 3 hours long and we had to keep breaking it into like smaller episodes because the things that you would pick up on were just the opposite of the things. Yeah. Like literally I said, so they're climbing through, they're fighting people every 90 seconds it goes. And then I was going to go into like Raihn got hurt. That's all I was going to say. And you talked about the signs and the wolves and stuff. Which is funny. Pick up on the different parts.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm always looking for the nugget. And then I also find weird things interesting.
See, I'm just like...
Like, I'm a thrift store reader. Ooh, this is interesting. Ooh, this is interesting.
Yeah. So
and a whole lot.
I'm like a give me some bullet points reader. Where it's like, these are the big events. And like the mush in between is like, oh, that's interesting. But it's not... the main event.
But Marisa, that's the point of reading.
It's like, to me, what you are saying is like what the like when you go to a play. I'm watching the play. I'm not reading the magazine.
I watch individual characters on the stage. No, that's not where you were going. Sorry. I thought we were yin and yang.
We were on different books, not even pages there with what my point was. But that actually made me like, what do you mean you think about the different characters?
Like, I'm not necessarily watching. Sometimes I get a little anxiety on certain plays that have a lot going on because I have to like watch. I don't watch everything like this. I like zero in.
Oh, see, I'm a big picture thinker, so I just look.
No, it's true.
No, but I said that in the most condescending corporate way.
But then you laughed and like then backed up before you even finished your condescending sentence. You couldn't even sell it.
So there was a girl in high school, super funny and stuff, but I would always like say a sarcastic, like mean, sharp thing, like as a joke. I'd be just kidding. And she looked at me one time. She's like, Marisa, I know you're just kidding. But I would always get so mean, or I'd always get so worried that people would take my sarcasm as like meanness.
Yeah.
So I'd always be like, just kidding. JK,
probably because
JK.
you had me as a sister. Like, I'm not like Nicole. Like, that wasn't me biting your head off.
Don't worry.
That's me being funny.
Okay, I'll just shut up for 20 years.
Okay, the other detail that I was going to say about this.
Oh, geez.
It smelled like it did 16 years ago.
Yeah.
That's how she made the connection that Vincent did this.
Yeah.
Because it smelled like Astros.
My sentence on that was...
So now you do your real lead-in. Now pause. Now do it. Go back to what you were doing, and you're like, I was looking for a reaction.
Oh, yeah. That was the cave reference.
Yes.
I was like in the cave.
No,
when
in the
she
cave.
smelled. That's what started this whole conversation.
It wasn't in the cave. It was in Salanday. Like, when they realized it was Salanday, she was like, it smelled familiar.
That's why she dreamed that at the beginning. She woke up there. That's the reaction I was waiting for.
Okay, you did not sell that point. But now restate that, because that's a really good connection.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one of the clues, I'm saying this word for word what I said, one of the clues was that it smelled like it. Like when she was in the cave.
Dreaming. Yes. That one word makes a huge difference, Marisa.
Okay.
No, that's a good connection.
See?
I did not make that connection reading it, listening to it, or apparently when you just said it the first time.
So,
disclaimer, we are smoking weed.
This goes back to the fact that we pick up on totally different things.
That is a big picture
pickup. I look at
that is a big picture pickup
across. Yeah. I don't give a shit about and that was the same cloak that da-da-da-da.
She's saying that in a patronizing way a little bit. I'm slightly offended because your details aren't more important than my details,
I'm not
Marisa.
saying it. I find it very
That's
interesting
a big picture
how our brains are so different. We're reading the same book.
I think you could have sold that better. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, fair. Fair feedback.
That is a really good connection, though, that she woke up dreaming about that because that already smelled.
I think I would have sold it better, but you were looking at me
That's
like
true.
I was fucking up.
Fair.
You were looking at me like you fucked up.
But I wasn't thinking you fucked up. I was thinking, shut up. It's one of your details that you could say later.
Can you have the nice voice come and say, stop telling
fix your face as well? We could add that. Because as soon as you looked at me and you're like, I'm trying to sell, and I realized what my face looked like. Like, in the moment, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm looking at you weird, aren't I? No, I was trying to tell myself, shut up, because this is my detail, not what Marissa's trying to, relay. Wow. You guys, that was therapy. That was podcast therapy.
But the problem is we're smoking, so we're going to do this every episode.
It's okay. I feel like the people enjoy it. Mom, Dad.
We're working through some stuff. It's better for Thanksgiving.
We're not the two you need to worry about at Thanksgiving.
Well,
I might be a factor.
One of us is not the one you worry about for Thanksgiving. I'll hide in the kitchen and help.
I meant the combo.
I'm a fix your anxiety by going in the kitchen and cooking.
You're a real problem. Talking to myself. Okay.
Which voice was that talking to yourself?
That was the voice of reason, actually.
Oh, I like her.
She's nice. What's her name? Nicolette.
Okay.
Sounds more
But I
formal.
digress.
You do. You do.
Okay.
Why are you digressing? Jesus.
So, in the distance, they hear whispers, and they realize and she saw like a silver streak, and she notices Ivan. Like Ivan jumps on her before she even realizes.
This is the first time I pictured Ivan or Angelique,
yeah,
having like silver hair.
I see them very much as the.
I saw black hair.
I saw silver hair or white hair and like black skin.
Oh no, I did not see that.
I saw it very much like the House of Dragon.
Yeah,
family.
Targaryens.
Yeah,
the Targaryens. I should have, because they described Angelica before having silver hair, but I think it was kind of like one of those Amryn things where it's like once I saw her in my head as this like tall, badass, like black straight hair.
Yeah,
that was just what she was. Even in the final battle, that's who she was. But the streak of silver coming, then I started picturing Ivan with like long silver hair.
Yeah.
So like the same as Angelica, but silver.
Yeah.
Weird.
And
anyways,
remember, these guys are bloodborne. So Araya is like stuck, right?
Yeah.
And Angelica, like on a good day, Raihn and Angelica are like physically even.
Well, they're like the same size.
Yeah. Which
I
is
didn't
crazy.
realize that.
She's like 6'7".
Yeah. Because he's the tallest of like the main male characters we've even talked about so far.
Which I love.
He's taller than
6'7"
Cassian.
guy.
Yeah, he's as tall as your husband. Probably a little more built. Love ya, but just saying.
So
I don't think Raihn's rocking the 41-year-old dad bod.
No, Raihn's got stuff to do. So she's like, shit, Raihn's gonna be in trouble. Like he is limping, his like wings are singed, he's got gashes on him, like he's not in a good place. But hold on. So they finally got to the point where actually the fight doesn't happen until later.
You were go right here. The little droplets of blood.
Yeah.
You started there and then I segued you accidentally.
Yeah.
So start there.
So little droplets of her blood were like raising in the air, and that's from like all the bloodborne magic.
That crazy?
Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
And so finally Raihn actually like gets Ivan off of her and is like, don't fucking touch her, which I thought was like
I kind of like it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yes. Which but like, why are we giving him credit for that though, by the way?
I think it wasn't credit for doing it. We knew he was going to do it.
Yeah.
It's the vibe he did it with.
It's like
get the fuck off of her. That's my, and they're all contestants.
Yeah.
They don't need to be together anymore. So the fact that he was even like territorial over her was a little hot.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's a little hot.
So Angelica comes out and is like, don't you fucking touch him. And she's like, drop him. And Raihn's like, fine. And he actually takes off Ivan's masks and just drops him into the pit of poisonous smoke.
Yeah.
And Angelica just like screams, no. And that's when you really can tell like there's something bigger between them than just
the whole time they're going away. She said she kept hearing Angelica's sobs of agony.
Yeah.
She just killed her lover, I think.
Yeah. But Raihn didn't care because...
And she scares the shit out of me, so I'd be a little afraid right now.
Yeah. So they, like, freaking climb up, and they make it through. And we know that half of everyone is actually going to die. So we see Angelica, and she runs through, and she just looks so torn up. So you can tell she went back for Ivan, but she's, like, devastated.
Yeah.
And then Ibrahim... Oh, actually, that Ibrahim thing happened
back
later.
it up.
Yeah.
So they make it through.
And then they see...
One thing I found really interesting before they took off is he's like, don't breathe. Because I didn't even think about the smoke, like, burning your...
Your lungs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you imagine what they looked like finally getting through those doors?
It's like they looked
not as bad as Ibrahim. Go ahead and tell us.
Ibrahim, like his wings are like on the floor because they're so torn up.
She thought he had a blanket
and
over
those
him.
were his wings, just disintegrated.
Yeah.
He has his lip. He looks worse than everybody, but everybody's like shocked that he made it this far.
And I love how he just smiled at her and is like, most useful they've been in years.
Yeah.
Because remember, his parents had already, I don't think he could fly.
No, he couldn't.
Yeah. So it's might as well.
Which, poor guy.
I do feel bad for this guy.
I feel really bad for him.
I mean, he's a lunatic, but he's a lunatic that his parents created.
He was built that way.
Yeah, he was built
through
to be a lunatic.
torture.
Oh, Ibrahim.
And then Angelica comes in and she's all singed. You can tell she like went back and she barely made it.
Yeah. I kind of feel for Angelica right now too.
Yeah.
But
so
play Kajari games when Kajari practices.
It happens.
You know?
So when they go in, the weird thing is usually the Coliseum is like full of cheering people and stuff. It is completely empty.
Yeah.
And the minister actually comes down and is like, by the way, you know, we don't know what's happening in the world. So we're actually going to have the new moon trial tomorrow.
Yeah.
So no celebration, rest up. Good luck. What you're going to say a lot more?
No, I was just like, damn.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so you're going to take this, right? Or was I taking this?
One point I would make with the Colosseum being empty.
Yeah.
One thing the minister said was, Nyaxia recognizes there's no certainty that Sovereignage will be here in the next 3 weeks. So we have to conclude the Kajari. That's crazy. Then they see bodies lining the Colosseum walls. So it was just like covered in death.
Yeah.
And then their wings all below them. And she like noted the different colors and things like that of the Rashan wings. So there's like
full out war happening.
Almost like anarchy type war, right? And again, everything smells of Astrus, right? So Vincent's like reeking all over all of this. There's a small interlude in between this and like them being back at the Moon Palace for it's the day, I guess, because they do stuff at night. We again have heard more and more and more about this trauma that happened with Araya, and now we know that Vincent calls her, and the boy was a recently turned vampire and was very sorry for what had happened.
Didn't even remember.
Didn't know that would happen, didn't think it would happen. So it was very obvious he was also in love with Araya. So all those feelings she was feeling doesn't reduce the trauma that she went through. But we learn, I think, why it really is a trauma.
Yeah.
Because Vincent was like, made her kill him.
Yeah.
Because that's the punishment for disobeying him and like letting someone else in. I did not read that at all. Yeah.
I read it as this is what you do, like from a power move. If somebody hurts you, you have to make the kill. You have to do it. I didn't think of it as
her inner
punishment.
Thoughts were even saying this was punishment for letting someone else in. So whether that might have been what Vincent meant.
Yeah.
But as the daughter, she's like, I disobeyed him. That's why.
But the Vincent voice in her head every single time she kills a vampire is exactly what he said that night.
Right.
Look into his eyes as you kill him. That's why every vampire she kills, she looks into their eyes and presses. It's so crazy.
And now, so that's why we've heard it. So those voices, that's from this event.
Which also makes it so crazy that she let him do it on the same side right by that when
because
she gave Raihn.
She's not afraid of him. She knows she's not afraid of him.
I feel like I wouldn't want anybody near my neck if I had that trauma.
Well, she didn't for a while. Remember, she's also even noted how closely he stands next to her.
She doesn't let anybody.
And she doesn't let anybody. And she's always kind of just let him. Hold on. Oh, so I think they're back at the Moon Palace.
Yeah, so they come back and they need to.
Rain's like, I know we have enough medicine. I'll be okay. And no, she doesn't stitch him up here. Okay. Anyways, they start talking, and Rain says how he can't believe what he saw in Salinay. He's like, I almost sent Misha there. Like,
That could
she
have
would
been
have
Misha.
been there, and that would have been there. She would have been there, and that would have been really rough. And he's just like, your father is a fucking monster. And Araya is very much struggling with her agreements,
Yeah.
but having to defend her father.
Well, and she's like, he had to have had no other choice.
He had to have had a reason.
Yeah.
He had to have. There's
He wanted,
no way.
He knows what that place means to me.
Right.
He had to. And Rain just looked at her and it was like, 500,000 people. I don't give a shit. There's always another option than killing 500,000 people.
Right.
And they're your people. Who cares what clan they're in? They're under your protection and jurisdiction.
There's no reason. Even if they're not under your jurisdiction or protection, it's
Yeah.
500,000
They're people too.
people. And then in that, what I loved in this writing was so much internal dialogue and going back and forth, and then what Araya actually said out loud. So she was just like, because there's no way, because he knew when I became his courtier, I was going back. And Rain like instantly stiffened, like, what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah.
Courtier bond. What do you
Yeah.
You're gonna ask Nyaxia for a courtier bond? You're gonna bond yourself and march into what is it again?
Salinday.
Salinday to liberate humankind, to be a hero? That's why you're doing that?
Well, he even said they've been farming humans from the Rashan all
Yeah.
this time. Where do you think they get all this blood?
There were no humans left. Your family was probably already fucking dead.
Yeah.
In
Why do
in
you
all
think
honesty.
they keep coming and stealing our humans?
Yeah. Yeah. He's been taking that like, all, you're too smart for this, which when he was saying all that, I was kind of like, she is. But again, think of her trauma. She was taken. And the memories aren't bad.
No.
It's not, Vincent
She
wasn't
loves her
bad to
dad.
her.
Yeah.
And she saw, I think, a different side of him. I mean, we did through her inner thoughts and things.
Yeah.
But you do wonder how much of that is already tainted because it's her inner thoughts. So if she
Yeah.
was being manipulated, we as readers kind
Have
of
no
are
idea.
too, in a way.
Yeah.
But what Rain says, he's like, you cannot possibly be this naive, giving your power to him, making a deal that you can never act against him, which we didn't know this, right? We're hearing all this. Never hurt him,
Yeah.
and sending you to this depraved cesspit to do it.
Yeah.
Saintly
doesn't
loving
care.
father was
Yeah.
the words saintly loving father you got there. And she was really pissed about that. She pulls out her weapons and she's like, enough. Vincent's literally given me everything, which he has in a way. He loved me. And Rain's like, you need to ask yourself why he's afraid of you. What does he need of yours?
Yeah.
Because there's more to this than that.
So I'm still in the reign of this is the only way that she will be elevated to the point of like a true doctor.
No, at this point,
Because that's what I originally thought is the reason he wanted her to do it in this way. So she could be almost his equal.
Yeah, but I think hearing that other part now
for sure.
is like,
She's going to start putting the pieces together, but I didn't. Yeah.
No, at this
She
point,
needed
I think
somebody to
think
put the pieces together for her.
this is when I started questioning it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why would he? He's calculated.
Yeah.
He's not just giving this out there, but she can never hurt him. Interesting. It could also just be solidifying his crown. But we also, the big thing I thought of here, we also don't talk about her magic, and he doesn't talk about it. So I was like, her magic is obviously way more powerful
Then she knows.
than she knows or we know. Because again, we're hearing her thoughts here. So what's going on with that? He goes to kind of lovingly touch her cheek, and she's like, I
I just won't talk.
I can't do this. And she storms out. She goes straight past the meeting place with Vincent and goes straight home. Goes straight to the castle. Barges in. I need to see my dad. Jasmine's like, hold on a second. Let me check his. And she's like, fuck off. And walks through. I just, like, let me check his appointments. No, thank you.
She actually was like, I can see in her face that she's going back and forth between, should I just placate this little girl because she's so close to Vincent, or should I go tell her to fuck off because I'm the general in this place?
Yeah. And
which one will get me in more trouble?
A little bit in the middle.
Yeah.
She kind of just did what she wanted to do. She goes in there, instantly confronts Vincent, and he's very much like, I did what was right for my kingdom. She kept saying, like, that could have been me. He kept saying, that could never have been you. You've never been like them. He kind of mocked her anger and pulled her over the side. He's like, look at him. Look at him. And she just sees the army of vampires feasting on humans.
Yeah, they're
all
like
over the place.
Dead bodies slumped in the corner, some like unconscious, just being fed on.
Yeah.
So it's not the like.
And he's showing her in like a look at them. They're cattle.
Disgusting. They're just
You've
food.
never been like them. And she's like the human going, I guess this is how you feed a army. Oh my God. Horrified. I think it had the opposite reaction Vincent
for sure.
was looking for. And she's like, you lied to me. Like, did you know you were lying to me when you lied to me? Like, you lied to me. And he's like, I indulged your childhood fantasies knowing you'd grow out of them someday.
So condescending.
I was really pissed when I read that. As she's like going to leave, then she says, why do you want me to be your courtier? And he said, I'm going to read most of it word for word, because I want you to fulfill your greatest potential. I want you to be strong. I want you to be powerful. And I want you to be my daughter in every sense, because you are more like me than you have ever been like them, little serpent. So this is, I kind of thought what you were saying.
Yeah.
Like, no, I want you to be my partner.
Yeah.
But also, why?
Some random
Why?
human girl. I believe that's like the first sentence of this whole book is like, in centuries from now, they'll say, why did the king pick this human
girl? Yeah. We should look it up.
And you tear down the country. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. He did. She said, well, today I'm ashamed of that. I'm ashamed to be a part of that. And she motes, Vincent the father disappeared. Vincent the king came. He grabbed her arm. He's like, do you want to fucking be my enemy instead? I was a little scared even reading these pages.
Yeah.
Would you prefer that? And she's like, let me go, let me go. And he kind of snapped out of it and like realized, and like her arm's like bruised. He's got vampire strength.
To the point that he pierced skin. She was bleeding and bruised.
Because he squeezed.
Her arm so hard. So she storms out.
Yeah.
And she's pissed. Where do you think she goes?
She's upset.
She goes vampire killing.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Yeah. And she's just like so pissed and like letting out her anger and everything like that. And she's like, it doesn't even matter. All that work Raihn and I did for all those weeks, we're gone for a week, like, because we're hurt and locked in a castle. And there's even more of them. And so on her fourth
I also love, like, she was so disgusted by how sloppy they were.
Yeah. She's like, they're not even trying.
Humans are the cattle. Look at these fuckers.
These guys are idiots. She catches the fourth vampire of the night, like trying to go through somebody's window, a little girl's window. She's like, that's not normal. Like, that's very brazen. You don't normally see it like that. And so she like kills them. And then she's just like, fuck. And she just like starts just stabbing and stabbing and stabbing.
Yeah.
And Raihn's behind her and he goes like, I think it's dead, princess.
I think you got him. You got him.
Yep. And she's just like, fuck everybody.
Yeah.
So then Raihn saw the marks on her wrist and she's like, or he's like, who did he do that? Like,
yeah, he knew.
yeah. And she immediately was like, no, it happened like while I was fighting. And he's like, no, it didn't.
No, it did not.
Can't you see? He's a monster. He's a fucking monster. And then they make out a little bit on the side of, in the alleyway next to the entrails of a vampire, not only smattered all around her face, because she talked about how, like, as she's stabbing, the guts are flinging in her face, and her hands are, like, covered in blood.
It's very sexy, Marissa.
And she like, touches his cheek while they're making
Why
out.
Why do you just set it up like that? So that's the detail that you read it with.
Because it's so gross.
It's pretty gross.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking of that.
Yeah.
While I was reading it, but now.
Yeah, isn't it gross? People need to remember that stuff.
I mean, he did say, you need to stop that. I don't want to fuck you for the first time next to some entrails.
Yeah.
And that still didn't make me go, she touched his face.
Yeah.
With stab hands.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Thanks for ruining that whole scene for me, Marissa.
You're welcome. So the reason he even went to go look for her is because it's almost dawn.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't even fucking care anymore. I'll just forfeit. And he's like, don't forfeit. Just come on back. And he actually, after they make out, he takes her back. But one thing that was so weird is like, wait, people can just, I thought you had to like, Misha like sacrificed her blood to like ask Nixia to let her go.
No, you
could also just break the rules.
No, you'd be at Nyaxia's mercy. Like you'd be out of the Kajari, which might mean she kills you.
Oh, I took this as like you don't want to be kicked out of the game. And I'm like, wait, you can get kicked out?
But I don't think Nyaxia's just going to be like loser. I think she's like,
I got the loser vibe here.
Pretty sure no.
So anyway, they make it back just in time. And they go to their bedroom, his bedroom. And they start making out. And she can't unzip his jacket. And so he makes fun of her. And then she's like, do it yourself. She didn't say it like that. But that's basically what happened. And he's like, now your turn. And she goes over into a corner and gets naked, turned away from him.
Mind you, they both still have not showered.
No, entrails everywhere, but where the armor was.
Maybe they just didn't put the detail. Raihn had hand sanitizer.
Okay.
And
still not enough for entrails.
He flew her back.
Did
he wasn't. He just caught her. We don't know if he's dirty.
Well, he has entrails on his chin.
So
from her hand.
She helped him while he was flying. There was hand sanitizer moment. And then we got back to the room at the Moon Palace.
And then he put her on his bed and did some stuff. And then she put him on the floor and they did some stuff.
They did.
And then finally, after all the exhaustion, they crawled into bed. And then she started having some deep fucking conversations.
Hold on, though.
That he wasn't ready for.
I want to talk about some of the favorite lines. My notes literally say fade to black, but my favorite lines.
Okay.
It was almost embarrassing how stunning I found him. I knew that was going to make you do that. That's the only reason I typed it. Oh,
I feel like we are separate personalities when we read a book. Like we are the exact opposite of what we are.
I'm a Scorpio. The sex scenes are my favorite part.
Okay.
And you're like, no.
I think I did a really good overview there.
You did, actually. I'm impressed. I would have gone into a little bit more detail about their fight because there was a lot of feeling there.
I don't even remember
the sex part
fighting.
I like to read. I don't need to talk about it. I would like to read it by myself and be like, oh, good, okay.
That makes it even weirder.
Well, it's sexy. It's personal. It's personal. It's not like I'm touching myself, Marissa. I just like to read it.
You
I don't want
to
talk to you.
You have to be alone
I don't
for
tell,
the sex scenes.
We don't talk about our sex life, do we? So
No, we
I would
don't.
like to be alone and read those parts. I like to read them. I don't need to talk about them. But I do like talking about their feelings. Don't pity me. I don't pity you. Ah. Okay. We just were like, they were like, yeah, and then the entrails, and then they did some stuff, and it's like, no, there was a love scene. There was an epic love scene.
I skimmed the love scene because I was so grossed out by the entrails.
That's fair. Now that you told me.
Yeah.
Because now I will be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, okay, of course she can't unzip his jacket. Her hands are all slippery.
There was a hand sanitizer moment. Okay, other things from the fade to black moment.
You're the one that keeps wanting to talk about it.
But there's like two. There's literally 2 points that I think are actually good for other things. One, this is just a funny one. She touches his wings. He's like, "We'll save that for another time." I literally thought, why is it always the wings? All of these fantasy books, wings are super sensitive. It seems like a major weakness, actually, in all honesty.
Fair.
Anyways, that is consistent everywhere. He like tried to be all thoughtful again, and he's like, "Here, you're in control. You can take all the time you need." And she's like, "Time? Raihn, we have one night.
Show me what you got.
And then we probably are going to die. You better be in a fucking amazing lay."
I remember so this is one thing I remember. She goes, this might be our last night.
Yeah.
So make it something worth living or something.
You better be in a amazing fucking lay, is what she said. But Marisa heard, "You better be worth living for."
No, give me something worth living for. I guarantee she said that somewhere.
I think you're right. And then she realized she would never be able to carve Raihn from her heart.
Dun, dun, dun.
So this is where we really know that she loves him. She doesn't say it, just like father, like daughter.
Nope.
She can't say it, but she definitely feels it. And this is, I think, her acknowledging that she feels it too.
And so then she takes her somewhat less entrailed hand on his cheek.
We're not talking about there was a hand sanitizer moment when we're moving on.
And she goes, "Tell me your story." No, she doesn't say it like that. But she asks a lot of intrusive questions, which made him tell her his story. And so he was a human, 32-year-old human. He had a lovely wife who is pregnant. And so he became a sailor.
I mean, I think he was already a sailor. I don't know if he's like, pregnant wife, sailing it is.
I don't know the order, but...
We don't know. That's true. He doesn't say.
He doesn't say. And she actually makes fun of him. He's like, well, I could either be like a soldier at this frame or like a blacksmith. And I picked the one where I didn't have to stare at a horse's ass all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's like, ha, 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 you're so funny.
I picked warrior.
So anyway, their boat was too small. They washed up ashore at the... what's the place
It was
called?
Snarred on Nyaxia's Hook. So it's like,
Yes.
I just kind of imagine like Cape Cod almost or something where frequently people can be snarred there right outside of Obi-Trice.
Yes. And so he actually survived, made it on shore. Most of the people on the ship died.
I think everyone. He was the only survivor.
And in walks the Raihn leader of the time. Like, this is 200 years ago. Yeah, we do.
We don't know that yet. We just know a man came up.
A man came up.
And then later, we find out that because the air thing. Shh. I'm saying hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A wealthy man.
A wealthy man came up and says, "Do you want to live?" And he's like, "Fuck yeah, I want to live."
What kind of fucking question is that, dude?
Please save me, man. And
do you need a please?
Then, of course, Raihn was very upset. He didn't know what he agreed to at the time. Yeah. But this wealthy man made him a vampire. And he's like, and then he kept me there. And turns out, like, you get really sick after you become a vampire. So he was sick for like a month. But then they literally kept him there, like torturing him and using him. Like, he has the same feeling. He was like a slave. So they used him like one step above cattle.
Right.
So he's like, not only do I understand the human part, but I also understand what it's like to be cattle to vampires.
Right.
And it also makes sense that he calls her princess because she is a princess compared to his upbringing.
True.
He was peasant, then he was slave.
They were equal, if not below humans, and he was a turned vampire. So this is our first inkling too that that's like lower echelon vampire world to be formerly human and turned.
Well, and the funny thing is, she's like, oh, this makes so much more sense. He was a turned vampire. Oh, I bet Misha was too. Like, she had just...
Oh, yeah, they already made that connection.
Okay.
He did, like, I liked how he made excuses a little bit. He's like, you know, the man was very old, and after a few millennia, it gets harder to find amusement, so... And so your mind, I kind of liked how Carissa left it, the author, you know, we're on a first name basis, how she left it open to what he went through. Yeah. Because I'm imagining...
The worst.
Yeah. Granted, this is a 6'8", very large man that is now immortal vampire.
Yeah.
Being basically a sex slave and used by the upper echelon of the vampires on the Raihn side.
I did not put sex in there. He was a slave. I don't think they explicitly said he had to prostitute himself. That was probably some of it, but I just pictured like working in the kitchen.
I did not. And I think I am right.
Okay, maybe a little bit of both. Okay. But
the way he said things, well, I think it's because he compared it because he knew what she had been through a little bit.
So he was like, I know what it is to
understand those feelings. I think it's also, it might be vibes I'm getting from the next book.
So, shit.
So we might find out more. I don't know though. Or we could find out that it was just my vibes and I'm
weird,
more depraved than you. I don't know.
Fair. So like in this, he was like, I had nothing to live for 70 years. I hated myself. Like for the next 70, I hated who I had become. Like,
I just thought before you got into this, it would be a good time to
Nicole has to pee, so we'll be back.
I'll wash my hands. Hold on.
You better. Not hand sanitizer either.
Not a hand sanitizer.
That doesn't count with entrails.
Shut up.
It doesn't do shit. It just makes your hands slipperier.
I just thought now was a good time.
No, it's a good time. You're fine. You're fine. Isn't that why you got really into incense?
I think that was just like a 90s, like, Penny Lane, hacky sack.
I think that's when you started smoking weed and you're trying
Empire
to... Did
Records.
you ever smoke weed in our house?
Yes.
You did? Like through your back window?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
That's why you did incense.
Not in high school. Are you saying in high school?
Yeah.
No, when me and you shared a room, I did in that room all the time.
Are you
out
kidding
that
me?
front window.
I
would
had
open
no
the window
idea.
and I would like...
I literally shared a room with you and I did not know you smoked out that front window.
I don't know if you were ever in the room.
Well, but I came in and out of the room even if you weren't smoking.
Showed you how good it worked. It was just a little one-hitter. That's the thing I had. And then Mom and Dad took it away halfway through the year, so it didn't last long. And then I got it back 25 years later. When weed became legal, my dad was like, hey, here's your hitter box we took away from you 20 years ago.
It's so funny.
The weed is still in the hitter box.
I'm surprised that he...
No, yeah. He gave me his old hitter box at the same time. I was like, hey, I used to be cool too.
Hey, why didn't I get his hitter box? You already got a hitter.
I think because there was the history of them taking mine.
He gave his.
Yeah, we were rebels together. We did it when it was illegal. You only started smoking weed once it was legal. Lame.
I like rules. Rules help people.
She's married to a Virgo, guys.
You say it like it's a bad thing.
They run a tight ass ship. They are. This is what we do.
This is who we are.
They are also very, like, when they're ready to party, It's so fun.
Yeah.
And when they're not, why are you here?
You feel so unwelcome.
Like, and it's not like they're going out of their way to make you unwelcome. This is now I'm just talking about your husband. He doesn't go out of his way to make you not feel welcome, but his general vibe is why the fuck are you here?
I'm not here to party.
No. But I'm also going to exist wherever the fuck I want to exist. And I'm going to exude why the fuck are you here?
I just have never felt that vibe from him because he just always wants me there.
That's not what he said. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry I rudely interrupted your story.
Forgiven-ish.
Yeah, I just really had to pee, and I'm like, she's going to get really annoyed because about 5 minutes after she's done talking. All right, go ahead.
Okay. So he's like, I had nothing to live for. I understand how you feel. I went from having nothing, and when then you care about one thing, it's a huge change, right? Meaning, like, that's how he related to her being human and then only having one thing to hold on to, which was Vincent.
But so what was his one thing?
His one thing we found out is Nessene.
Yeah.
And we heard about her, like somebody taunted her, like, oh, you like taunted him about her. So she knew she was someone special. And he's like, finally I had this one thing. And we built something, a relationship that helped me escape, but that was beautiful.
So this, though, who was Nessa in?
The wife of the rich man.
Right. So what's crazy to me, this is why I thought it had to do with sex, too.
Yeah.
That's why I was bringing up.
Oh.
Because he was like, she was one of us. Like, she was basically a slave as well. And helped all the other people like him.
Yeah.
So I just saw like, oh, she was the geisha.
Oh, I did not put sex with anything. I just thought had to do whatever he asked because she's his wife and they look down on women. As historical societies have in the past. Not now.
Have to... If we don't find out in the next book that that's why I have this connotation, like that it's kind of confirmed, then I think I have some things to talk about with my therapist.
Okay.
Because good. I can see how that is that could be true.
Okay, we'll find out.
Well, shit.
But anyway, they built this beautiful relationship, and so what's her name? Araya is like, well, how did you get out? Like, if he had you as a slave, how'd you get out? And Raihn was like, his world was crumbling around him. Mm-hmm. His cruelty was catching up, meaning there's a lot of people. How oppression
works, guys.
Yeah.
You oppress people, you're eventually going to fall.
Yeah. So I got out, and I got anybody I could out, and I tried to get Nessene out. And she stayed with him while his world crumbled around them both.
Well, but the way he said it wasn't like out of love.
No,
she stayed for everybody.
The people.
Like,
it was very much to protect the
Captain
people.
Goes down with the ship type of vibe.
Yeah,
and she ended up dying right next to him.
Yeah. Wait, what is that? Oh, and so then he said he came back. And that's when he found Misha. And Misha reminded him of Nessene, just how hopeful she was, how she dreamed big.
Yeah.
And he really just built that relationship with Misha. He called it
willful ignorance.
Yeah.
Their willful ignorance. I liked that.
Their naivete.
Yeah.
Yes. And so then, Misha actually got into the competition to force Rain's hand into joining because she knew that like he needed to start. What they keep saying is like there's people that he needs to help and he needs to stand up and help, right?
Yeah. He said there's so many people he met during that bad time.
Yeah.
And Nessa Ann was helping even though she was drowning herself, and he had so much guilt that he didn't fight for them when it all fell apart. And he didn't think it was his job, but Misha disagreed.
Yeah. What?
Veiled. It's coded.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes. And so in the whole time, Araya is thinking in her head, like, he's here for people. I'm here for me.
Yeah.
Like, Misha was going to sacrifice her life for this cause. Why do I deserve it over him? Like, that's some of the internal dialogue that's going through her head.
Well, he also said, you're doing this to be a fucking hero, to go liberate human. There's no humans left there, you know? Yeah.
Your people have died. Or they're in the process. But, like, you could see, like, her starting to, like, wilt in that way. And Raihn actually looks at her and is like, no, like, you don't quit fighting. Don't give up. Don't, like, even think about it. Like,
he
this
said
is
it would
who
break
you
his
are.
damned heart, Marisa.
This is who you are, mother. I see you. And so then, as the sun goes down, they fall asleep in each other's arms. The end.
I hate you. They made a deal. They were like, we're both going to fight until the end, whenever the end may be. And whoever goes down, cool. But they both weren't cool with it. They are in love. And she's like, do you want one last look as the sun was going down? He's like, I have all I need right here. No, he just said no.
And was
then made out
looking
with
at
her
her
again.
face.
And then
Her
made out
entrail
with her.
covered face.
My note literally says, he loves her so much. Okay, so we did a really shitty job of relaying this very beautifully written.
Excuse me, I'm the one that relayed it. You just said I did a shitty job.
Of relaying the love. Of relaying how much.
I said
it was
they
very...
fell asleep in each other's arms.
Oh my God. It was very obvious that Raihn very much loves her. And it was intense and deep. And that's how us Scorpios like it. Not emotions. Emotions.
Too much.
I really just realized, like, no. The emotion part. Okay, so the next morning, at nightfall, because it's just right then and there. Before they leave the room, Raihn's like, it's been a pleasure, princess. And she's like, it's been okay. It's been tolerable, I guess. Their little banter. But Araya does, like, grab his hand and does, like, a little, like, I love you too, squeeze.
Mm.
We're going to read nothing but a fantasy or a romance series next. I'm just going to have Marisa, like, deep dive, like, cold plunge.
What?
Into romance.
So, I am okay with flowery, but there has to be something going on.
This is the flowery part.
Yeah, I said I'm okay with it.
It's just not a detail worth mentioning. It's fine. Earth sign. Okay, here we go. So they walk through do they walk through? Yeah, they walk through the gates, and the arena is broken up into like into a circle. Broken up and 3 people circled. Oh no. Let's back that up a little bit. So they walk out, the arena's broken up, and there are 3 people right around Araya. So she knew it definitely represented, it's the last trial, right? So it's got to represent Nyaxia's ultimate rise to power. So she went through this fit of rage when she found out her husband had been executed, essentially, and turned on all of her brothers and sisters, all the fellow gods. So these 3 people, and like fought her way through white Pantheon. Is that how you say it? Pantheon? That's how we say it right now. Okay, so fought her way through that. She fought her way through all 12 gods. We have 3. That's what they've got to represent floating around. So there's a man with fire who obviously has to be Atraxas. God
and
of
in
the
her
sun.
head, the whole time she's looking at him, she's just hearing Misha's sobs. He never came.
Oh, that's right.
He never came.
See,
I do remember some good details like that.
Yes.
Okay.
More of that, please. Thank
Okay.
you.
Fine.
There's a woman with arrows, and it takes her a minute. They're like rusty steel, and they're rose shaped. So she's like, oh, she's got to be the goddess of it's Zia, Zia. They always say it like Zia's tits.
Nixa is how she said it in the.
No, this goddess Ix.
Yeah.
Ixus.
Nix.
I don't think it was an N, was it? Ixus.
It might
I'm
be,
saying Ixus.
but that's how she said it in the audiobook.
Roll the tape. Either way, it's the goddess of like sex and fertility. All right. So the arrows were sent to plant seeds in the wombs or what have you.
I immediately thought, oh boy, Raihn just did it with her the day before. If she hits it, what if she became pregnant?
Another great thought and detail.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I did not think of that.
Well, and I even was like, oh, because Nixia, one of her first arrows, actually got brushed her, and like she's like, ah, crap, it's a scratch. So she like was bleeding.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what if that impregnates her?
Oh, I like that. I also found the detail pretty disgusting because she like would describe them and they were like rotten flesh.
Yeah.
So it was obvious they were previous contestants.
Yeah.
Which the using of like bodies as puppets is a little.
So that's why I really struggled with the multiverse Doctor Strange one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dead people. But you know what? I was okay with it in A Court of Silver Flames.
When did that?
When she was in the bog.
The soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were gross.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I didn't care. I was like, fuck yeah.
Anyways, there's also wilted roses like stuck in this goddess's like eye sockets of this like rotten flesh that's being used. Then it's like, so who's this third man? There's this like loud sound that just legit paralyzes her, kind of like the blood
Born
like
curse.
freezing stuff that they do. And it took her a minute to get to this assumption with him, but she's like, oh, he's, how do you say it? Kajamar?
Kazmar. That's how she says it.
No, you're so right. No, I'm laughing at my pronunciation. And you're like, Kazir, and I'm like, way off. Oh my God. Okay, don't even try anymore, Nicole. I'm just going to name them he's Kash. Yeah. Kash, god of seduction, art, beauty, and music. So it was a very like Ursula's voice paralyzing type of thing. So she's trying to go through her head. Who the hell do I need to get rid of first? Who's doing the most?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Kashmar is the guy she killed at the first night.
Oh, his actual body.
She was like, this one was the most disgusting because it's the oldest.
I forgot about that. And she recognized him.
And she's like, ugh.
Oh, that's so creepy and weird. Yeah. It would make for a great movie, though.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I was definitely like, this is movie quality.
Except for don't be so zombie. Like the...
Yeah, I hope they don't do it like zombie. Well...
But if you think about it, it's been like 3 months.
Yeah.
Wait, no, it's been 1, 2... It's been like 3.5 months.
Yeah, because it's typically like 4, and they cut this last month out. So it's like 3 months.
Yeah.
I think you're right. So she's going through her head, and she's like, you know what? It's got to be Cash first, since that song is paralyzing me and then allowing the other two to get to me. So when she gets closer to him, she realizes... Oh, this is when she realizes their corpse is painted. Yeah. Painted. Anyways, hold on, sorry. Oh, she stabs him, but it doesn't kill him. And I like how she describes like it easily goes through because it's
the flesh,
the rotting flesh. And then she realizes there's got to be some sort of spell in his throat, right? So she starts like hacking her way through and basically I literally saw Ariel, like a light, some sort of light type of thing, shatters that, and then he falls. So she takes Kash's head, throws it at, I'm calling her Ixia. That's not it, but that's what I'm calling her. Nyx. Throws it at Nyx, throwing her like kind of off to the point just, wait, what does it happen? Oh, it throws her off just enough that her arrow like misses and she's able to like also dodge a fire strike from the other side. So then she's able to like charge and cut off Atraxis's hands. So he can't like wield the magic anymore. Really smart. I was not thinking about that.
No, she cut off Nyx's hands, so she couldn't.
Oh,
do
you're
the
right.
bow.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Cut off Nyx. I was thinking Nyxa and I said Atraxis.
Yeah.
So cut off her hand so she couldn't wield the bow anymore.
So she's helpless.
She's helpless, and the bow was like already prepped. So she picks that up and shoots it across, and you could see. I saw it in my head at least, but she said you could kind of see where it was in his heart, the spell. So got him right there in his heart, and his magic fell. He fell as well.
Yeah.
Nightfire. Oh, wait. Let me back that up and do that better.
Yeah.
So the bow was already prepped, and she shot it across the ring at Atraxis directly to his heart, but she used like Nightfire to like launch it in and guided it directly in his chest. So it like shattered that same magic, and he fell as well. So at that point, a door just like,
Okay, you're out.
good job. And what would you say?
Oh, go ahead.
It creaks open. She steps through, again, empty arena. And there's like this semicircle with 3 doors. Hers is open, the rest are closed. So it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. She finds Vincent.
I think this is me, right?
You were supposed to take, yeah.
Okay. So she immediately makes eye contact with Vincent.
Yeah.
And he is not looking as good. Like what she's like, he's posturing different. Like his air mark is like not as bright. It's reading desperation. Like his wings aren't as vibrant and they're lagging behind him. He just looks not like he's not doing well.
Well, and he also is worried. He has all this, so that probably enhances the disheveled.
Yeah. And then luckily he like looks over her shoulder and that snaps her out of it. And she realizes an arrow goes bursting behind her and she turns around and it's Ibrahim. And he looks even worse. Poor guy. Yeah. Every time we see him, he looks worse. And it's to the point where like you can tell his hands are all bloodied. So he's really hurting and he's trying quickly to get another arrow in the bow. And like is struggling, like fumbling because he can't do it. And he like then like sags his shoulders and like looks like he's giving up. And she hears in the crowd of like 5 people that are there, they're like making fun of him and like laughing at him. And she notices like he probably has lived like that his whole life. Like, what the fuck? And he's made it this far. Like, don't laugh at him and pity him.
Yeah.
And so she like goes up to him and like is like, let's do this. Like, you know, at least you'll like, don't let them get to you. At least you'll die fighting. Like,
you definitely said that in the HR way.
Yeah.
She was like, no, don't stop. Fuck them. Yeah. Don't let them mock you.
Yeah.
Give me a good fight. I'll give you a good death.
And then
Marissa's like, she was like, you got this.
You can do it. Don't listen to them, but I am going to kill you. That's what I wanted to say the story was.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. So she's like, I didn't like taunt him or like placate him. So she basically said, I immediately took him down. Like, fight back and she's not even like, I'll make it look good. I'll just make you look more pitiful because I immediately take you down.
I think she says it didn't take long.
No. But as she's like about to do it, he's like, I'm glad it was you.
Yeah.
And so she killed him and was sad.
Kinda.
And then she sees Raihn. A door opened and she looks up and it's Raihn. And she's like, oh, phew, you're alive.
Yeah.
And then Angelica comes.
Very, very soon after that, it was like she's like, do we lunge it? Oh, there's another door.
Shit. And so she actually, sorry, I forgot to switch.
I liked how she thought the human, the outcast, and the monster.
Oh, yeah.
So who's who, though? I know who the human is.
Okay, good. I'm glad we didn't have to clarify that one. So it was the monster and the what?
Outcast. So Rain's the outcast and Angelica's the monster?
Yeah, because Angelica turns into a beast.
Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the outcast, he's human born.
Yeah.
And was a slave.
Yeah.
So he's like not.
Because he could go the other way too.
Yeah, fair. So Angelica immediately goes straight for Araya. It's easy prey. She's closer, whatever. And Araya is not doing well in this fight. Remember, this chick is 6'7" and weighs as much as Raihn does.
Yeah.
So, and it's not going well. And Raihn keeps like trying to draw her Angelica off her. And like Angelica's not taking the bait.
Hey, stupid, look over here.
And, like throw a knife at her.
No, I saw like pebbles. Look at me.
So Angelica's to the point where like she can definitely like take the sword and kill her. Mm-hmm. And immediately like Araya's about to die and she's like, she doesn't want to look and see her father's face as she dies.
Yeah.
She looks at Raihn and Raihn isn't even looking at her. Rude. But he is looking into the crowd.
Yeah.
And Angelica actually falters for a second, just enough time for Araya to grab the knife and shove it. And she was like, this was like the hardest vampire to kill because she had to go through her armor. And then she's like, her breastplate is like a fucking 6-foot man's breastplate. And then she finally got the fucking...
Kind of. But Angelica was able to say...
Go ahead. I don't know what she said.
No, she goes, good luck.
Oh. What a good competitor. Miss Congeniality.
Go. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow, Nicole.
No, I did not remember that. Okay. So she killed Angelica, and now it's just her and Raihn. And... if I was her, I would stop and look at the audience and was like, can this be a 2-time?
I thought you didn't have to die.
But it's not a 2-time. And so they start fighting each other.
Oh, that's my job.
Sorry. And like Rain's seemingly trying hard, where she feels like they're giving each other a good fight. They get to the point where she has Raihn, she's on top of him, and she has the sword right at his breastbone. And in her head is Vincent's voice saying, look at his eyes as you kill him. And she can't do it, and she just closes her eyes. And the sword, or the knife, gets like, pushes down, and she's like, I did it. I killed my lover.
Okay, one thing I want to add, maybe two. While they're fighting, first of all, there was a line that said, like, every move of his had the Atraxis and every move of hers had the Nightfire. So I just very much imagine, like,
white
a lot of magic.
Yes.
Yeah, like, back and forth off of each other. Again, like, very cool movie scene.
That's what the whoosh, whoosh
and that
was.
As they were fighting, there was this one part that I really fucking loved. Raihn, they're fighting, but they can both tell each other are holding back. And Araya's like, you said you were doing this, so fucking do it. And he goes, as you wish. And I was like, oh, very Princess Bride.
Very Princess Bride.
As you wish. And I just kind of saw him, like, throwing his sword from his left hand to his right hand.
Joke's on you. I'm not left-handed. I'm right-handed.
But when she had the knife, he's like gripping her wrist, right? And he said, there she is. Again, his line that he always says.
That, yeah.
But that was her realization that he was baiting her that whole time. That he was fighting hard to lure her in, to get her in this position. And remember, she wasn't sure if she stabbed him or he pulled her wrist into him.
She wasn't looking, so she doesn't have evidence.
Right.
Either way.
But he did say...
I feel like that's the first thing she said in her defense.
What?
If a police officer heard that story.
My eyes were closed. In fact, I'm blind in my right eye.
I closed my eyes.
He might have
usually, when I murdered people, looked into their eyes, but not this time. So I swear to God, it felt like he pulled.
Sir, it's this thing they call foreshadowing. We're not sure. No.
So
roll the tape. No. So now the minister, she just is distraught, right? She's kind of barely there. I hear this, like, again, in a movie scene where you hear, like, and she's just, like, in her own world. But he announced the 21st Kajari has its victor. Araya doesn't even notice that Nyaxia comes in. She recognizes and, like, feels the magic and the power and all of that, but does not look up. Interesting, her eyes are open now, Marisa.
Yeah, of course.
But she can't tear her eyes away from Raihn.
Her bloody hand on his cheek. But she is just like cradling his head.
She is.
As Nyaxia comes down. What did you think of Nyaxia's wardrobe?
So that's what I was going to get to. So she doesn't notice that she's there, but then she noticed that she's like bare feet with her feet like pointed to the sand. She's like glowing, and her hair's long and black with tendrils of night like floating around her. Honestly, I saw the chick from The Ring. Hello, my princess.
I didn't see her like that. I saw it more flowing out like as in beach waves.
Yes, and in night it would be black. But I did see like just a barefoot, long black hair. Like, how you doing?
But she was naked.
Oh.
You didn't even grab that?
No.
Yeah.
Black with tendrils of night floating around her. I mean, I think I just saw her as like mist.
Okay.
She wasn't like her nipples were peaked or something.
No, but it was
I saw
weird.
it like
we're all
fading.
okay with like goddesses just showing up naked.
But I don't think you saw like her body. I didn't notice that. She was just kind of translucent.
Okay. I'm going to show you the
But they did say feet. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. No, I didn't see that. I saw the Raihn girl kind of wispy. Wispy ring girl.
I also think it's funny that Araya was like, all this time I thought this was all bullshit. All this God stuff was stupid.
It's not.
It's not. I'm glad I studied it.
I'm glad
I didn't say that out loud.
Death. I'm glad I fought to the death, and you're not full of shit. I did think it was interesting, too, that the minister had to take... Why do I always say that? The minister had to be like, so look up at your goddess of the blah, 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 blah.
You're being really effing rude now.
You're being real rude. You might want to like bow or something.
And also, please don't tell her I drank your blood to bribe somebody getting out of it.
We don't need the HR paperwork. We really don't. We don't. Nyaxia looks at her. She still hasn't really responded, but she looked up and she looks at Vincent and she says, she has your eyes. Joke's on her. I thought they weren't. It's anyways. Foreshadowing to about 5 minutes from now. It's 5 minutes from now.
A 5-minute spoiler.
You told me in another episode that it didn't matter. We were going to talk about it in 5 minutes. Maybe I told you that. One of us said it.
The point was made. Who cares whose point it was?
It is law! All right. So she's like, tell me, my champion, what might I grant you as your gift? And Araya freezes a little. And Nyaxia just kind of knows. You know, she's kind of this sentient being you get. And she's like, I know grief. I know what it's like to be sad. Mm-hmm. You know, I know what it's like to lose, like, the love of your life.
That's what most of this game was about.
You know, I get it.
Uh-huh.
All those trials you did, it was over a dude.
Yeah.
So I know what that looks like. But perhaps it's a blessing.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you should just be happy you had it. Mm-hmm. And now the door's closed. And guess what? A dead lover can never break your heart.
Yeah.
That's a real cold response to me fighting a trial over you flipping the fuck out because your lover died.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So she says, tell me your wish. And Araya says, I wish that Raihn had won. Vincent's face goes white. Nyaxia laughs.
She's ho, ho, ho.
And boom. She's
Silly
like,
human.
It was no big event. It was no ceremony. Raihn's just alive.
Well, she's like, all of a sudden I feel the knife that I put in his body just back And I looked over, and
He's like, whoa.
Rain's patting his chest like, I swear there was a knife there.
Yeah. Then Nyaxia says, Ray Azurai, my nightborn son, victor of the Kajari. Raihn looks at Araya and is like, would you? And she's like, Raihn, Nyaxia cuts him off and is like, what would you like? And he's like, 200 years ago, I came to this place and 200 years ago, you came to this place and granted the winner of the Kajari a wish. You sealed away the power of the Rashan Nightborn King. I wish for that power. I wish for it to be restored to the Rashan heir line. I wish for that power to be restored to me. He is the Rashan heir.
Da 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 da.
And Nyaxia is like, I wondered when this was going to happen.
Nyaxia loves her children fighting.
She likes her children fighting, and she likes the drama. So she's like, your wish is granted, turned heir of the Rashan king. So this is when we put together that wealthy man
was the Rashan king.
That changes a lot. So Araya says she feels a shift in the power where you always felt Vincent's power in a room, and now she feels it like pulled in two different directions. Rain's wings flare out, and she realizes, she said, like, he's so beat up, actually, all of his, like, clothes fall off, I guess.
Oh.
I only saw the top clothes fall off, not the bottom.
I think that's the only ones that they talked about.
But that scar that was down his back, when she was, like, stitching him up, that she noticed that was burned, like, kind of, like, smoke went up it, and it was the air mark going up his back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, something was going on there, too.
So he immediately goes up to Vincent, and he says, this is for the day you slaughtered your family and every Rashan man, woman, and child. The day you killed anyone that had a sliver of chance of taking the Rashan airline, and challenge you for the House of Night. And he just freaking blasts him.
Yep.
To the point of, like, when he falls down, when Vincent falls down, he is just like a lump, and Araya is like running towards him and like falls to his side, in his head, like she's like, how is he even still breathing?
Did you ever watch The Walking Dead?
No.
Okay, so for those of you who are listening who watch The Walking Dead, there's a scene where a very pivotal character is killed, and it's graphic, and that is what I thought of right here, because he says some final words, and he shouldn't be able to talk.
Yeah.
And that's what I pictured in Vincent right now with how he's talking to Araya.
And he just said, and remember, he's always been very formal with her. Yeah. Like, him saying something nice was like, oh my God, that's razzing like saying, I love you. Like,
like, way to not be fat. And it's like, he loves me so much.
Oh, what a nice guy. And he says, I'm so sorry, little serpent. I was going to tell you. And Araya is just like, oh, just don't talk. Like, it's like, you're going to get better. Like,
let me put your eyeball back in.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. And he's like, I love you. I've loved you from the first moment. So many mistakes in the end, but never you. You were never a mistake. And she's like, I made a really big mistake. Yeah. My decision that I said 2 seconds ago just killed you.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, around them, it's just chaos.
Yeah.
And behind her, she hears Raihn say, he's gone, Araya. Just like that first night when he was like, they're gone.
He pulled
like,
her back, too.
Gone.
Yeah.
And so Rain's eyes actually like lowered to Araya's neck, and turns out Araya's starting to get the air mark from Vincent. And she just looks up and was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, how is this possible? She's human. Yeah. This isn't possible at all.
Yeah.
And everybody's like shocked and everybody's like, kill her, kill her.
Well, Karis, the one whose house who was a little rude,
Yeah.
right away is like, kill her now.
Yeah, exactly.
Rude.
Rude. And meanwhile, there are blood-borne armies like coming through and just murdering everyone.
Yeah.
So it is crazy. And finally, Raihn was like puts her behind him and is like, no, I've got better plans for her. I'm going to basically not do good things.
He said, here, let me just read it real quick. I took Vincent's kingdom, I took his life, I took his title, and now I will take his daughter. I'll make her my wife. Keep her close where I can keep an eye on her, and I'll make sure it hurts when I fuck her. Just like it did when he raped our queen 200 years ago. Think of that. There can be no other Hyja heir. That's not how you say it, is it?
Yeah,
Hyja heir as long as she lives. And I'll happily make her my little slave forever, just as Vincent was happy to make the Raihn his.
Woof.
I saw right through it, though. He's protecting her.
I'm so mad.
No, he's protecting her.
Okay, so I'm really mad because, again, just like there's another option to murdering 500,000 people, there's another option from killing the father of the girl that you love.
No, there's not.
Yes.
This is Vampire World.
He could
When
have
Vincent took that title,
her.
he knew his end was going to be epic.
He could have imprisoned Vincent and just taken over the kingdom.
No, you can't. The Hyja army is massive, and there are no Raihn resources. So there's going to be a war either way. But there needs to be power. You can't make Vincent. No, you got to kill him. You got to kill him. She knows it. He knows it.
He could have given her a heads up. Like, I'm going to murder your dad tomorrow. That's my wish.
Well, he always knew he was going to not do it. He knew he wasn't killing her, I think. Dude.
I feel like...
Ooh. You guys all think I hate men. Marisa doesn't give men any fucking credit.
He just got done murdering her dad.
He didn't have a choice, and we have found out Vincent's kind of a fucker.
He could have just wished that all of the power was gone from that line. He didn't have to murder him.
Yes, you do.
He could have wished for anything.
Oh my God, shut up. That's not even the point right now. That's the dumbest fucking detail ever. Ugh. All right, so anyways, Raihn, as he's like said that, right? That's what he declared. He pulls her close and he's like, I'm so sorry, Araya. I'm just so fucking sorry. And she's like, I hate you.
Get
Fuck
away.
you.
Yep.
And he says, there she is.
That's her.
It's a repetitive line. I like it. Anyways, Araya. I do want to talk real quick about what both their air marks looked like.
Yeah.
Just because I think it's cool. Down his back was the 5 phases of the moon over his shoulders and like a spear going all the way down. Okay? Hers on her neck, all the phases of the moon on top of each other. And then like the smoke tendrils at 4 points on each side. So I just saw like a center and then like smoke going up her neck, over each collarbone, and like down her breastbone.
I did see it going like up the side of her neck, not on her Adam's apple.
No, I saw here just because that would be more bloodborne. Well, it's smoky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just smoke, but it said 4 points. So it wouldn't go around the sides if it's a point. Anyways.
You're so annoyed with me right now.
So Araya wakes up in her room in the Nightborn Castle, which is a little bit of a mindfuck, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Because she kind of wakes up and then you have to remember, oh yeah, I did this trial to the death. And
screams of people dying in
the
through
streets.
the window. Yeah.
And like
she
smells.
can't open the window. It's locked from
It's
the
locked
outside.
from the outside. She realizes she's just trapped. Someone's definitely healed her because she's in like pretty pajamas. Mm-hmm. And she goes over to the mirror, and that's where she looks at her her air mark, but also her whites of her eyes are silver, like Vincent's always were as well. So I don't know if that's a power thing or what. The door opens and Raihn walks in and she's like, "Fuck you!" and attacks him like a spider monkey.
Yeah.
Raihn pins her down using all of her weight. He's like, "Calm down, I'm not gonna," and she bites him. And so I got a jump back to her biting Vincent when she first met him.
Just snapping those claws.
He tells her, "I've had all the weapons removed so that anything even resembles a weapon is out of here. All right, so stop. Calm the fuck down." He tells her he never lied to her. All right, "I just didn't tell you like the whole truth." All right. So, as you know
how I feel about lies of omission.
Okay, what was he supposed to do, dude? She's she's the enemy's daughter. Anyways, he slowly informed her how shitty her dad was to everybody except for her. But he's like, "I think you might have heard or you might have picked up on it. The man who turned me is Nikolai Vasaris. King Nikolai.
Yeah,
your dad killed him." Sorry.
The rich, wealthy merchant, I said. Yeah, that was a king.
He was king. He was king, actually. And that woman I fell in love with and was having an affair with was queen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoops.
We also find out, though, that the day Vincent won the Kajari, because this is why, you got to take over, and then Raihn's fighting his way into leadership of these parts, right? There's not like everyone's just like, "Oh, new king, guys. Did you guys notice?" It's not like Europe now or Britain. It's not like Britain now, where we're just like, "Oh, there's a new one. Yay."
Wait.
No, there's like a war to actually take power. Because essentially, it could go to...
the next guy.
No, it could go to... Who's the next heir? Well, your debate was that he shouldn't have been dead. Never mind. Cut all this out, future Marisa. Anyways, we find out that the day Vincent won the Kajari, he, as in Raihn, had arranged for Vincent to get keys to all the strongholds, that's all the screams we're hearing out there is them taking control of these strongholds. So he handed Vincent everything to destroy Nikolai, to be able to take over swiftly, for the exchange of safety for all the innocents.
Yeah.
Which now we know did not happen.
Yeah,
did not happen at all.
Didn't do it.
Vincent never knew it was him, though. He didn't know his name. He just knew he got this. Raihn was very far away before he even noticed the mark down his back, and he's like, "How fucking poetic. The turned nobody handed the power of an entire kingdom by the man who enslaved him." It is pretty poetic.
Yeah.
He's like, "I nearly killed myself trying to get it off, burning it off my back."
Well, and that's what that line was.
Well, she said it resembled a burn.
Yeah.
From before. Yeah. So she's like, "So the Kajari was your path to the crown, just like the Kajari was Vincent's path to the crown." And he's like, "Yes." Yeah. But then she's like, "Wait." Oh, he confirmed, "Yes, but you were different, right? It might have started out one way, but my feelings for you were not part of the path to Vincent. Like, basically, I didn't manipulate you." She's like, "Why let the House of Blood in then? Like, nobody fucks with them.
Yeah.
Why you fucking with them?"
Yeah.
And he's like, she could tell Raihn was ashamed. He didn't want to do it.
No.
He's like, you need troops.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, you want to win a war, you need people. And even if I killed Vincent, the Hydra are not going down without a fight. So Vincent's whittled down all the Rashan. We don't have enough.
Yeah.
And we need warriors. They're not, even the ones we have aren't warriors. Septimus knew that. And he may or may not have created a situation where I had to say yes. Basically putting together that Septimus was behind the Moon Palace.
Yeah.
Because Raihn would not say yes. He's like, "Fuck you. We don't need you." And Septimus did the Moon Palace knowing it would be pinned on the Rashan, knowing it would allow Vincent to go into Rashan territories and whittle them down even more, knowing that Raihn would have absolutely no choice but to take the Bloodborne's help.
He never makes a bet. He can't.
Yeah.
He knows he won't win.
Araya's like, "Oh, your nod." Angelica faltering.
Yeah.
And then saying good luck. And she just looks at him and is like, "You fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot. And he was ready to let it all go for a deal to save her that he knew he was never going to honor because he was going to let her kill him.
And he basically said, I'm not sorry. It was your fault to begin with. You brought me back.
True. But I will say in your defense, had she known the plan, it never would have happened that way, though. That's the thing.
Thank you.
But it also would have never happened that way.
Yeah.
So I gave it to you, but then I took it away.
You're just a butt.
It was her fault. No, but she loved him. That's her way of saying she loves you, Raihn.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Raihn asked her. Did you want to start here?
Yeah. So Raihn was like, dude, did you know? And she's like, no, what? I'm human. This is a huge mistake. Like, I don't know why this is on my...
Obviously a huge mistake.
On my Adam's apple, because evidently that's where on the neck it is. But...
The smoke.
Okay.
They said the phases of the moon were on her clavicle.
Okay.
Smoke, 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 smoke. 4 points. North, south, east, west.
Okay.
You guys didn't see my cool move while I did that.
So, she's like, no. And she's like, am I half vampire? Like,
no, he goes, I mean, maybe you're half human. You did taste different and smelled different, but I just thought it's because I liked you.
Yeah, you just taste really fucking good.
I thought it was because of, my feelings for you.
And then, why he came to that house? Oh, yeah. So he's like, haven't you ever thought, like, why was he there?
Hold on. I like how we both go,
yep, I remember now.
We were both lost.
Yeah. So he's like, why was he in that village? Why was he in the house? And Araya's just like, I mean, it was just luck, man. Like,
well, I mean, she started like
shaking.
She was getting into the realization she started having a panic attack.
Yeah. So turns out she is half Harsha.
She's got to be a bastard, an illegitimate love child with Vincent and some human.
How do you know it was love?
How do we even know vampires and humans can have a baby? Wasn't there an entire book in Twilight on that's not possible?
Well, in Twilight, it obviously is possible.
She had to be turned. Remember, that was the whole thing?
To survive, not to have the baby.
True that. Okay. That's true.
So, but anyway.
But then he just let her... Anyways, let's move on. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
So, but he would have killed her if he didn't care.
Yeah.
So anyway, she's like shaking, putting it all together that she wasn't just lucky to be alive. He purposefully probably ransacked that village and killed her family for her. That was purposeful.
To get her back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, she was in Raihn territory, so maybe Mom fled to hide from him.
Or she was a Raihn slave that...
Damn, this getting deep.
Who knows?
We don't know. Anyways.
No. So Raihn's like, I got the solution to all of our problems.
I pictured it more like, it's okay. Don't worry.
We'll get married.
Well, just when we get married. And
it's
she's like,
fine.
Fuck you. No, I'm not.
I am not doing that.
I'm
not doing that. And then we'll call this a fade to white because then we're just at their marriage ceremony.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And turns out the marriage ceremony is like, they like put like a knife on their hand and draw blood and say, I promise you my life, my body, my soul, my heart, and yada, yada, yada. And then the other one does it. And Araya like refuses to say my heart. She's like, and like the minister's like, you have to say it. And Raihn's like, it's fine.
No, she doesn't. And he's like, yes, they do. And he's like, no, she doesn't.
And he's like a little sad about it.
Now, I will say before we faded to white, Raihn does a very beautiful little speech. He's like, think about it. It's good, okay? Think about it. Power is a bloody business. You have teeth and I have teeth. We'll rip apart the worlds that subjugated both of us. And from the ashes, we'll build something new. And there's no one I'd rather have beside me to do that than you.
I'm still too angry with him to build a world.
Raihn is a beautiful, beautiful person, and he's trying to navigate through
Okay.
this hard vampire
But you
world.
can still be mad at him.
She's being a bitter bitch. She's too in her grief about her dad right now. I'll give you that.
It's been 1 day since he murdered her dad. And
her dad murdered millions of people.
It was her she's got a lot of information that's coming in.
Wow.
She just needs some space, not marriage.
You're something, you know?
So, they say their vows. She does not give him her heart.
No.
Nor should she. And then he leaves to go evidently be king.
No. They go to the room and she's like, you ain't sleeping here.
Not tonight.
You ain't sleeping here. And he's like, I want to be alone. And then he leaves.
Yep. She locks the door. She hears a tip, 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 tap.
Well, it's like the middle of the night.
It was like 20 minutes later.
It was like 25.
Actually, it happened like you saw a little peeking during that whole conversation. And it was Jessamine. She's just peeking through the window. So Jessamine is like, hey, you okay, queen? And she's like, oh shit, I forgot. I am the queen.
Yeah.
And you serve me now. And she actually, during this conversation, starts respecting Jessamine more and more because she's like, oh, she just only cares about her country, her people.
Yeah.
Like the whole politics and stuff I was never sure of. I'm sure now her loyalty is only to her people.
Jessamine flat out said it. Like she saw Araya kind of go like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, don't call me Highness.
Yeah. That's not me.
And she's like, listen, your dad, he was cool.
Yeah.
He was cool. But my loyalty is to the Hydra Kingdom.
Yeah.
And now, apparently, I'm not going to ask you why this fucking shit happened.
None of my business.
She literally does say, none of my business. It's not my business.
She's no drama.
Yeah. Not my business.
She's
but
war.
You're the leader.
So maybe this is who I would be. You know how I'm always like, I'd be a side character that wasn't really important?
Yeah.
I'd be like, we're in war, lady. We don't have time for these romantic
I could also see you
speeches.
being like, okay, listen, I didn't declare my love for you. All right. If you get off tomorrow and someone else gets this little mark, I'm down for their ass too. But while you got that mark, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
What you want to do?
I got you. And so she was like, what's your recommendation, dear general? And she's like, we're getting killed. Like
we're
literally.
in trouble.
Literally getting killed.
Yeah.
We are outnumbered, outskilled, out everything. We were not prepared, and everybody's dead pretty much.
And now apparently you're married to the enemy.
Yeah.
Good job. Told you he was trouble.
Yeah. Hate to say I told you so as I'm clinging to the side of a building, but it's worth it.
I did picture her like Spider-Manning in the window the whole time.
And so
you gonna offer me water? Nothing?
Nope,
Thanks.
Nope. Okay,
cool.
Sure. And she's like, we're just camped out right outside the walls. You give the word, I can send a couple people up here to grab you. And Araya's like, he won't hurt me. And she's like,
Sure
I'm sorry, but he just fucking got you good. And then threatened in front of a room full of people to rape you. So maybe tonight isn't the night to just trust that he's not going to come into his marital bed and rape you.
Yeah.
So again, good point, General.
She does turn and gives a good pep talk, though. She's like, FYI, you're not a prisoner. You a motherfucking queen.
Yes, you are.
You a queen. You've broken the unbreakable before.
Yeah.
Like that whole mark on your neck right now.
Uh-huh.
So.
Remember, you entered the Kajari as a human.
Right.
You're badass.
She also showed her a scar.
Uh-huh.
And talked about an abusive, like, husband, past, lover. I've gotten out of this before. I know how to do it. Like, trust me. It was a very, like, girl power moment.
I got your back.
Yeah.
And so basically she's like, retreat. I'm going to get a bunch of information. We can't do anything until we know what's going on.
Yeah. But FYI, princess, queen, highness, his people don't like him.
Mm-mm.
He's a turned Rishon slave.
Yeah.
So he was human and turned. double negative.
Even the
He was a
Raihn
slave.
are like, I don't want him.
Right. Right.
Especially those highborn, unturned.
Just saying. Use that. You have teeth too, girl.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And now you are a pair of partially human queen and king.
Yeah.
No respect.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Okay. You want me to take this little part?
Sure.
The next morning, Raihn comes to get her, and she notices there are 4 locks that are unlocked to let her out. And she's like,
you are
really?
okay with the fact that she is literally locked in a bedroom. She had to break the window to talk to Jasmine. And you're not mad at him?
I mean, you have to keep up appearances. I'm not mad, especially by the way he reacted. Uh-huh. She's like, really? 4 locks, huh? And he's like, I'm not underestimating you. And she's still mad. No, I don't actually blame him for that one. But she goes, where are we going?
Making excuses for a man.
Whatever. Toxic. So Raihn is like, I came to get you for meetings. You're not my prisoner. You're my queen. And she's like, yeah, 4 locks. Let's have that conversation. Mm-hmm. You want to go?
I'm not your what?
I'm your wife. Excuse me? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Didn't hear that.
So they get to this meeting place. Septimus comes up to her in his like smug little sleazy way. In that talk, they're letting each other know they know everything that's gone on. But he does say that Angelica was a good friend and that her sacrifice would live on far longer than she did. And the only reason to bring that up is there's definitely like a camaraderie amongst the Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Right? You could tell he had respect for her.
Yeah.
He wasn't using her.
Well, something that was interesting that he said was, we both understand rushing to get things done because there's an end time.
Right.
Which is totally true. I didn't connect that, but the Bloodborne are a different breed. They don't have the ability to get bored.
Well, and Septimus is the one who made this connection to her. He's like, I get it. Mm-hmm. I get you more than you think. I get you. Yeah. Araya's like, how'd you know Raihn wouldn't kill me? And he's like, I didn't, but he's a romantic, so my bets were, that I wouldn't lose. And I already told you I don't lose. I already told you I win every bet, so I just knew.
Well, and I think it's interesting that she was talking about, like, betting on him, like, betting on Raihn to make the choice for Angelica, but really what Septimus implied was, I've been betting on you the whole time. Yeah. Like, I'm reading you, I'm not reading him.
Right. I'm reading your influence on him. He's reading the power and the control she has.
Oh, I thought
not only powerful magic, but I like that she doesn't understand how powerful she is.
Yeah.
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 I like it. Then just the little end, like, romantic-y scene. Araya asks Raihn when he comes back over by her, what now? And he's like, guess we build a kingdom. And he takes her hand, and she thinks she has a kind of a speech that we kind of exit this book with, but she calls him my friend, my enemy, my lover, my captor. I hated him, and I loved him. It's the first time she says she actually loves him. And he looks at her and he's like, what about you? Are you going to kill me, Araya? And she just goes, not tonight.
But she really thinks in her head, I can't make that promise.
Not tonight. Well, she might have to. They obviously both have responsibilities.
She's already killed him once.
But here's the thing. I love Raihn's vision, right? They both understand the worst parts of each other's side of this Nightborn kingdom.
Yeah.
Right? He saw the worst of the Raihn, and he's supposed to lead them now. She saw the worst of the Hyja, and she's supposed to lead them now, with conflicted feelings about what that means. They both were human, and understand how humans were treated and have been treated in this world and don't agree with it.
Yeah.
So they both have the trifecta to lead a peaceful, beautiful kingdom.
But how are you going to feed all the vampires?
They don't need human
You got
blood.
like human taxes.
No, they don't need human blood. That's like saying, but lions are the best meat. And it's like, but you just can't eat them. Because that's cruel.
Don't tell me what to do. This is a free country.
Obviously not. No, I think that's the future. Because they talked about that before, that all blood was blood. It didn't really matter. But human blood's like a delicacy. Well, we don't get to have all delicacies.
You know what? Cats used to be a delicacy.
Gross. We don't get to have all delicacies.
You don't have to have all delicacies.
True.
Escargot.
How's that cruel?
No, I'm saying it's considered a delicacy, but do you really want to eat it?
Plant-based lifestyle. All right, you guys, this is what we're doing.
Nicole Renee saying it right here, right now.
Right now. My name's not Hamilton either. Pretty anticlimactic end to a book in a series. Knowing it's a duology.
But they could have just ended it
Have you
with
still not
his,
read
preach. They could have ended it at the end of the games.
But I think, so you haven't read the second book yet?
No.
I think once you read the second book, it makes a little more sense why they moved on.
I'm actually okay. I feel like this is like one of those movies where a bunch of stuff happened, and then they just wanted to give everybody's okay now. Here's what, exhale the breath, and then still there's a lead up.
It's kind of an intro into the next book, though. Like, okay, this
cool.
is going to be about this kind of kingdom.
I would be too mad right now to.
Okay.
I would have been too mad at Raihn if they would have left it at the cliffhanger.
In fairness, tell them what you text me when you finish the book.
I don't remember. What was it exactly?
You said you're fucking pissed at Raihn right now.
I'm still mad at him.
I'm pissed at Raihn. I go, just wait, read the second book, and you won't be mad at him anymore.
And again, spoiler. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm mad. I have a right to be mad. But I'll start the next book.
He's going to end up being your favorite, one of your favorites.
Well, he was my favorite until that.
I think you are way too hard on him. What was he supposed to do?
It's been a couple days.
Just wait.
Okay, it wasn't just that he murdered her dad.
You can't call it murder,
marriage.
Okay? You can't. That's how her dad took power.
I'm sorry. Intentional homicide? Why is it manslaughter?
Why is it okay that Vincent killed King Nikolai?
I didn't say it was okay.
But then you're allowed to be mad and be like, her father was an asshole who murdered millions of people.
Okay.
Some people deserve to die.
That's why we have the judicial system.
They don't. What judicial system?
Put him in a dungeon.
Marisa, he has the other air power. He's powerful. What can trap him? You don't have time to figure it out because your forces are nothing. And you just align with the Bloodborne. What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Marisa? What you gonna do?
He didn't even warn her.
He didn't know.
She's locked in her bedroom. I'm sorry. When Feyre was locked in the house, we both were pissed.
And then Rhys locked her in another house, and we didn't even fucking talk about it. Let's go there.
Wait,
let's go
Rhys
there.
Did he?
Pretty much, yeah. He put that bubble around her.
Oh, yeah, that was weird.
The Glinda steel bubble of protection.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we just breezed right over that fucking shit. Toxic. So, Rhys. Oh.
But that was like a protection spell.
No, this is when we were seeing things through Nesta's eyes. He was annoying as shit. Rhys felt like the Nesta point of view of Rhys ruined Rhys for me.
I really think that it's so cool that she's able to write a character from two different lines of sight where we loved him. Like, oh my God.
Because Feyre
loved him.
He's all right.
And then Nesta was like, that's annoying. They're making out in front of everyone. And I'm like, fair. Yeah. That's really weird.
And she saw their love as more cheesy.
Yeah.
And performative. And so then through her eyes, I was like, it's cheesy and fucking performative. Wow. I
just think from my perspective, they got bored when they started having kids. I know the feeling.
Fair. Back to this world of vampires. You're annoyed with Raihn, but you can see the vision that you probably won't be annoyed with him. But right now, you're like, you should probably sleep on the couch.
I'm allowed to be disappointed in his choices.
No, am I gauging?
Yeah.
You're like, sleep on the couch annoyed, but I still love
I won't
you.
murder you.
I know I'll get it eventually.
But leave me the F alone. I don't want to see your face right now.
But we can both agree that was a little fucked up. And I need a minute.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
And the forcing into marriage.
I don't think it was forcing. He knows it's the only thing that's going to save her right now.
Again,
it's very much like Vincent bringing
dungeons.
her. No, it's like Vincent bringing his human daughter. It was vulnerable, and he kind of held her the same way, but that was protection. He protected her. It was a little fucked up, but he protected her. Same. I think Raihn also recognized in this book, like, kind of, like, he knew it was fucked up too, but it was the only way. And she loves him. She's just mad right now.
This goes back to the whole thing where you're just like, if you love, like, who gives a fuck?
Well, I just think I would know. I'm very good reading people's vibes and intentions. It's a skill.
What
I'm
vibe
intrinsic.
am I throwing you right now?
I'm intrinsic. I mean, like, your aura, like who you are. He's good people. You know. You would know. I'm a Scorpio, though, so I know.
Well, this one threw me off, and I'm pissed because I trusted him, and he surprised me.
Just pout for a little bit. Pout for a little bit. Okay.
It's 3 days pout. It's at least worth that.
Okay.
Manslaughter is worth it.
What about all these other people, Marisa? How come you're not writing hard?
Even if you're killing a serial killer, you're still killing the killer.
You're writing really hard in the paint for the billionaire white man in power. Sounds about white. What about all those other people, Miss DEI?
I'm not saying he's a good guy.
She's an earth sign. She's stubborn as fuck. She's not going to admit she's wrong right now. So we're just going to talk in circles for at least 5 more minutes.
I'm saying she's allowed to be upset. Her dad died.
I started this conversation saying listen, I know your heart's in the right place, but that was a little fucked up and I need a minute. You got to sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I am.
Okay.
But you're the couch in the basement.
That's fine. Dramatic, but that's fine. That's fine.
We'll plan out when you can come.
All I was thinking
make
was
yourself
like,
breakfast.
Araya is so stubborn. It's going to be at least 150 pages until we get another sex scene.
Better be 200.
So much more. I'm talking last 100 pages of the book.
You don't deserve it,
mad. Months and months and months. Whatever. Okay. Do we want any kind of closing question?
What would you want to be, a bloodborne, a nightborne, or a shadowborne?
Oh. Well, I mean, I think right now, nightborne. Not bloodborne. They're cursed. Duh. Can't.
And what do we know about the shadowborn?
We don't really know anything.
Okay,
just
so
they
then
had
that
cloaks.
was a shitty question. Just say that. No, I'm just kidding.
I think it'll be a good question as we keep reading.
Yeah.
Like at the end of each series.
Now which one? Yeah. Which trial was your favorite trial?
I think the one where they worked together.
Yeah.
The half moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my favorite. Not just that they were working together. Well, no, that was part of it. You got both their views.
Well, and that's the only time we've been in Rain's head.
Yeah. That we've seen, like, kind of his inner thoughts still through her relaying them to us. But just that overall trial and how it connected and what they did. Like, as the game master, it was a cool part of the game.
Yeah.
This last one was pretty cool, too, actually.
I would say New Moon is mine.
Yeah.
I liked the gods and how...
Yes. Well, and you could tell when Raihn came through, he was wet. So she was like, oh, it must have been the god of da-da-da.
Yeah.
So they all fought different gods, too.
Well, it made me also want to know more about, like, the gods and the evolution of this world.
Of course it did.
I'm invested because I want to know more about.
Yeah.
I skimmed it because I was like, oh yeah, this is the history, blah blah blah. It's just fake theory and stories. And then
you were such a poser. That is not what you did. You started Googling and ChatGPT.
No, that made me invested.
She found a Discord on Nixia's the gods
so
of
what if
white
I
pantheon.
No.
Which one's your favorite god, Marisa?
Not Nixia, no offense.
So
or Nyaxia.
Cool first book with trials. Prequel into now we're gonna know a lot more about the Nightborn Kingdom and the history of that, and everything's gonna evolve quite a bit in the next book. Dun dun dun.
So we were playing games before, but now it's real life, running a kingdom.
I like a good, trial.
Yeah.
As a first book
Intro.
of a fantasy series, or duology, or anything.
Yeah.
Like Hunger Games was like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Maze Runner, kinda ish.
No, I'm
not really a trial, but
it's a maze.
Yeah.
Which is a test.
Like a constant trial.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
kind of like that. I kind of like that. Same with Divergent starts with, it's not really, it's more academia, isn't it?
No, I mean.
Maybe we should do that. Reread one of those sometime.
Oof.
The Divergent movies ruined the story of the books.
I just pictured her so different.
It wasn't one thing.
Because they didn't talk about her being tall. They talked about her being so much smaller. So I always pictured that girl from Kick-Ass. That blonde chick from Kick-Ass.
Yeah, like
I always
tiny,
pictured
tiny.
her. And so then when that came out, I was like, what?
Well, and then she kind of cut her hair, and then the character had to. And then I think in the later movies, they left out things that I didn't like the movie adaptation as much.
Yeah.
Bleh. So annoying. Okay, so join us, and we're going to be diving into the next book, Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, after this.
Yes.
So thanks, guys, for talking high tales with your favorite lit sisters.
We made it.
Bye.
Bye.